Go live.
Sweet.
Do 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 do. I was watching clips from yesterday, the Beatles movie, but not about the Beatles. Lucky Bat, ooh woo. Simon the Mouse Monkey, aw. Lucky Bat, this guy gets it. It looks like the camera did a great job colorizing.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Man, the Beatles are so great. I like the Beatles. I like when they sing the songs. It's my favorite part.
That makes sense.
Blimbo the dude. Yo. Throw a little matte meaty on my palette. Brett asks, sup dudes, hot take, Warhammer Plus will make less money and bring in fewer people to the hobby than putting vids on an established streaming service. Oh my god, yep. Warhammer Plus. Nick, did you look this up?
Yes,
look into this?
I saw that it exists.
I watched the videos except for the 1 hour podcast. What the heck?
So, what is it exactly?
It looks like it's going to be a streaming service with a couple of short films, like a dozen short films.
Yes.
And you know what? If it's really cheap, if it's like $5 maximum, and it has all 12 short films on it, I'll probably check it out day one and then cancel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I could understand maybe if they were we have 3 shows. You're going to get 1 episode of each show a week. We're going to have a staggered release. I could almost see that maybe. But the Exodite, Astartes 2, those are 100% going to be short films. How are they going to sell a streaming service on short films? Even Love, Death, and Robot is 20 episodes of short films on Netflix.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking, what if they rolled in the Black Library audio stuff into this?
That, you know what? That would be brilliant. That I would pay for. I would pay for that.
Maybe they don't release all the books at once,
but
they kind of do a little staggered release of the books, and then, as they come out with, short films or whatever the hell they're doing.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of 40K books I want to read right now, and I would love to not have to restate my Audible subscription and spend $15 a month on each book.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
No, they're not.
So.
Well, it is called Warhammer Plus, not Warhammer TV.
Right.
So in theory, they've left the door open to do other things with it.
Warhammer Plus.
God.
It's such a beautiful name. I mean, you got Discovery Plus, you got Disney Plus, you got Warhammer Plus.
Oh.
At least it's not Aeronautica Imperialis Plus. That'd be quite something.
Happy Heritage, Jay!
Hi, Nick.
I mean, I guess if people love, because people love Astartes, and I bet a subscription to Warhammer Plus is going to be cheaper than subscribing to that guy's Patreon, which I believe is taken down or has changed. So it's no longer supporting his Warhammer content. It's supporting him as an artist. Right. But boy, oh boy, does it seem like a dumb idea. Really, what they should have done is they probably should have put together a package with all their short films, exactly like Love, Death, and Robot, and then put it on Netflix. Everyone and their mom and their dog and their cat has Netflix.
Yeah.
And I bet a lot of people would check it out.
Yeah, but how do you make a lot of money?
I
think you're forgetting about all the money.
Yeah.
I love this. Daniel Lopez. Hey, EOB fans. Y'all know what that's from.
Oh, yes, we do.
Little blue table painting. Yikes.
God, this is the most shocking thing Games Workshop has done in a long time.
Yeah, it is. Happy Heretic. Looking at the site, Warhammer Plus seems like it's going to be more than just streaming. The website mentions rewards, offers, and possible exclusive minis.
'Minis. Yeah, I saw that, and that's also weird. Just make it one thing. Like I can buy minis. That's not a feature. I'll just buy what I want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but how do you miss out though? Yeah. I don't know.
Happy Heretic. Jay, you're gonna have to watch my video tomorrow where I spend half an hour deep diving onto the Warhammer, what Warhammer Plus needs to offer. I'll be there, Happy Heretic.
Oh, yeah.
I will be there. I'll leave a comment. I'll like. Power Surge animations, codex, and audiobooks coming. Come on, GW. If they bundled it with all the audiobooks, I'd be down. Because I really do. I mean, you guys have given me quite a list of books to read. And I'm just plugging away, but even Audible, which is a wonderful service, I love that it's just audiobooks. That is still like $15 a book.
Yeah,
so,
I was about to say it's still expensive as hell.
Yeah.
If you want to listen to all the Horse Heresy.
Oh my God, there's like 15.
Yeah,
there's like 20 something, but God, there's a lot.
Yeah.
If you subscribe, you get Curse City. Brett, as it is now, the only people who will watch Warhammer Plus are people who already know about Warhammer. It'll bring in 0 new people. Netflix or something similar exposes Games Workshop to an audience.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's definitely true. I wonder, though. I mean, Games Workshop has exploded without doing much marketing. I wonder if they figure they're set on new people will come in. And now
true.
they're like, well, we'll get them with the subscription service.
Yeah.
But
which is good. It's a good idea on a business standpoint to have a subscription service.
Mm-hmm.
Just to have that you're going to make this a certain amount of money every single month.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably helps. I mean, I would do subscription minis or something. That seems like that would make more sense. But I don't know.
Yeah, it really seems. I mean, they didn't offer much information. I didn't watch the 1-hour thing where they probably explain everything in great detail, but yeah, it seems like my first thought would be bundle it and put it on Netflix, because duh.
Well, if they're smart, what they'll do is they'll put clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do a little tease, some teases on YouTube, and then that might get people to go over to the Warhammer Plus. But I mean, to be honest, how many streaming services are you really going to sign up for?
Yeah, Netflix and one more.
Yep.
And the one more alternates.
Right. So I don't know. It doesn't seem super smart.
Yeah, it does seem super boneheaded. And I mean, Games Workshop proves us wrong at every opportunity, because we're like, oh, that's stupid, they make tons of money. Oh, that's dumb, they make tons of money. Yeah. But boy,
we think they're dumb, but we're the dumb ones.
Yeah. It always seems to work out that way.
Oh yeah, because I was thinking about this. I'm like, we're getting this, right?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get it to watch everything on there, but
I think we have to, just to
maybe I'll get a burner credit card.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I love this. Master Shaker 9000 should have called it Finecast.
They should have called it Finecast. That's brilliant.
That'd be a really, really, really good name. Disco, my household has 5 streaming services plus cable. We spend a crazy amount on media.
I bet.
Sounds like it. What 5 streaming services?
Yeah, that's a good question. Is Quibi one of them?
Probably. Does it even exist? Yep, that's a lot.
Prussian Blue, Yote. Yeah. Warhammer TV is... It's not called Warhammer TV, it's called Warhammer Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Golly geez. Holy moly. I mean, Astartes is one of the most popular things ever. Mm-hmm. I don't think people... I mean, I think people are definitely going to subscribe to this thing. But boy, oh boy. Yeah. Boy, does it seem like a dumb move.
Disco, Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Paramount, HBO Max.
There
you go.
And Quibi.
Exactly.
Daniel Lopez, they will probably stream the live-action Eisenhorn TV series. Holy moly, do I not want the live-action Eisenhorn TV series to be live-action. How are you gonna you need $1 billion to make live-action 40K. I don't want to see Eisenhorn walking around a TV budget set.
Is this a speculation or is this actually a thing?
I don't know. I heard about this a while ago. I don't know if it's still speculation.
Sounds like speculation.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound smart.
I mean, Eisenhorn is probably their most popular book series.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't much care for it. I thought it was fine. I'm really actually pumped to read Dune. I've been watching a lot of Dune YouTube videos. I own Dune. And what seems smart about Dune is he doesn't go into detail on stuff. He trusts the audience to come up with something cool. The Eisenhorn trilogy is pretty good, but holy moly, are they so in love with their concepts and ideas? Every goddamn new location and new technology, they explain it to you in incredible detail. What color it is, what shape it is, what it looks like. You could totally get away with, it was a dry planet. But no, we're going to spend half of an entire page explaining how cool and awesome this planet is.
Amazing.
Happy Heretic. Everyone owns Dune. Few have actually read it. I'm sure that's true.
Yeah, and so, yeah, because they have like a half dozen shows. Are these all going to be released at the same time?
I mean, they better if they want people to pay money for this thing. And I know at least Astartes 2 and the Tau show are going to be short films.
Right.
Which, I don't know if people want to pay a whole subscription to see a short film.
Let's see.
In fact, I know they don't.
Yep, I know. It seems Hammer and Bolter, an anthology of animated stories featuring characters and factions from across the worlds of Warhammer. Hammer Bolter has something for every Warhammer fan. So that sounds like that could be like a show.
Yeah. But like Disney Plus, which is probably the most successful or one of the more successful streaming services, they launched with the entire Disney catalog.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
New stuff. And The Mandalorian. What is this thing launching with?
Yeah.
What, you can watch a Astartes in lower quality than you can watch it on YouTube? No, I know they have since fixed the video quality issue, but
was it actually in worse quality?
it was when it first went onto the Warhammer site. It was only it was not in 4K. It was in just regular.
Wow.
It took like a couple of days for it to get it for the 4K version to go on.
Hilarious.
Power Surge. But what if you watch all the animations? Then what? You gotta have something else to keep you subscribed more than just 1 month. Yeah, you have to have real content and fake content.
Right. We should pitch a show to them.
Yeah.
We should pitch shows.
It's called Models and Memories Weekly.
Yeah.
A show about nothing, filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Exactly. And then maybe we get the money to actually get a live studio audience.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
That'd be fun.
Or at least the money for a laugh track.
Exactly. Brett S. I've owned Dune for 30 years. I did a book report on it in high school. Got an A. I love how you had to throw that in.
Mm-hmm.
Read 100 pages and never picked it back up because it was boring.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it's boring. But it sounds kind of neat. I was super uninterested until I found out that it's like it's not just the story of some guy in a sci-fi setting. Because I feel like I've read enough of those books where it's just some guy in a sci-fi setting. Apparently it's like the lore and everything surrounding this interesting world.
Yep. Speaking of interesting world.
Yeah.
Open up a cold one.
Simon the Bottom's Monkey. I'm excited because I saw a Kreesman. Yeah, they had one video that was just a few second clips of everything. Although a lot of it was recycled stuff from the Exodite trailer. And their Warhammer animation they released when the Sisters of Battle got their codex which honestly was one of the better animations put out. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like they're gonna have stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, other cheaper options have like $100 million TV shows that are awesome.
Right. Brett S. Warhammer Plus will probably feature painting and hobby tutorials and battle reports and stuff as well.
Oh God, who cares? It's on YouTube for free.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It is bizarre.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like the Games Workshop battle reports would not be very much fun.
No, probably not. Just some Brit. All right, I'll roll to 5.
Because, like, think about it. So there's other people that paint. So, Duncan Rhodes exists. But there's other people that paint Warhammer stuff on their channel, and no one gives a fuck about any of those people. No one cares about any of them at all. So I feel like probably the same thing would happen.
Ooh, one thing I really want to know, chat. Have any of you played X-Wing? And do you play X-Wing 2nd Edition? I mean, it was like the most popular game in the world for a little while. I did a lot of investigating on X-Wing today.
Happy Heretic. I care, Nick. I care. What's their names? Happy Heretic. Actually, that's a lie. I don't.
Simon the Bottomless Monkey. Unedited battle reports with plenty of tea sipping sounds. Probably.
Honestly, that would be worth it then. If it's just them, just drinking a little tea. Hello there. All right. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun.
Master Shake 9000. Maybe they'll have audio recordings of the codexes. I'd pay to hear Samuel L. Jackson read a unit entry. It's great. If you go on YouTube, you can hear Samuel L. Jackson read the book Go the Fuck to Sleep.
Ah, a classic.
Which is wonderful. Brett S. I played X-Wing, a lot of it. Then 2nd edition came out, and yep, I stopped playing. Happy Heretic. As long as they say "blimey" at least once. Lucky Bat. So when can we expect your ASMR channel? Honestly, we have some ideas for something a little like that. Not a channel, but just like a joke. Some wargaming ASMR.
So Brett S., did you stop because of 2nd edition? You're like, I don't want to jump into it.
I mean, I also played a ton, and I totally would have jumped all into 2nd edition, but I wasn't currently playing with my buddies. Like, we all kind of moved away. Otherwise, I would have gone in full ballsack, as Ninjan would say.
Right. Or did you just not want to do it? 2nd edition, Brett S.
Daniel Lopez, do you watch Quinn's Ideas? Is a good Dune content channel. I don't know if I know that one. I'm watching something called like Nerd Cookie. That's what I was watching today. Happy Heretic, I played Go the Fuck to Sleep for my kids when he was a baby and wouldn't go to sleep. He didn't listen to Samuel L. Jackson either. Love Sam Jackson.
Amazing. Good old that.
Don't call me Shirley. Father Nick, forgive me, I have sinned. I didn't watch yesterday's stream. Also, congrats about being on Midwinter Minis.
Yeah. Yep. He'll finally get the subscribers he deserves.
Yeah. Brett S., I stopped because my buds and I were unenthused by having to buy the conversion kits for each faction.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they're not cheap. Although I think they're like 30. Well, I think they were 40, but right now they're on sale for $35. I don't know if they're going out of print soon. I mean, it has been years at this point, but they're not. I think The expansions give you as many cards as you ought to have, but not as many as you need. Like it seems like the thinking was like, okay, you can only really take 2 TIE defenders, so we're only going to give you the cards and upgrade cards for 2 TIE defenders. Mm-hmm. And so there are some situations where like buying, if you have just unbelievable amounts of ships, you need to buy a lot of expansion of upgrade packs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the big problem though, because I read a huge like 20-page report on this from some guy, and the big thing was when X-Wing went into 2nd edition, they made an app for all the points values. So the points are no longer on cards; they're only available through this app.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And to be fair, it has its pros and cons. Mm-hmm. Pros are the game is balanced. They can make alterations on the fly. If things are becoming too popular or too good, they can make alterations instantly. Downside is it's an app.
Yeah. Is
and
the
part
app
of, yeah.
good? Like is it?
This person said it sucks, but that was like 3 years ago, so it's possible it's improved since then.
Mm-hmm. Because I could maybe get behind an app.
Especially if it does everything for you.
Yeah, like because that's what I would, maybe yeah.
Yeah,
if I could just go through and read it and pick, and it could do the math for me, and maybe that would be okay.
Yeah, I would have to try the app before I say it sucks. I think though they probably should have posted points values on the cards, because like it wasn't like X-Wing Wave 1 was crazy imbalanced or they did a bad job with the points values. They should have posted generic points values and then said, if you want to play like officially or in a tournament setting, go to the app. Just because the person in the article I read reasonably said, a lot of the times people play miniature games because they want to get away from technology. Like, what if people are camping or they're somewhere where they don't have good access to Wi-Fi, or they just don't want to be on a computer or a tablet or a phone? Mm-hmm. They're stuck. If there was generic points, they could just use the generic points.
Could you go through the app and write down the points values from the app onto the cards?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm presumably you could just get a silver Sharpie and go to town.
I mean, it's very annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you can make that happen. McBain, hi guys, played X-Wing. Also stopped 2nd edition cards. They look much more expensive. They look so much better in 2nd. Want to get back in, but expensive.
Yeah. It's gonna be a pretty penny to upgrade my collection to 2nd edition. I do now. When I first heard that they were making the upgrade cards full size instead of the half size, I was a little annoyed. But I saw somebody set up their little collection, and it actually is kind of nice the way they overlap and stuff. It actually is very attractive.
Persian Blue, Jay and Nick have/do either of you play Titanfall 2? No.
Nope.
I'm just gonna stop it right there because there's more, and we don't.
Yeah, I don't really play video games.
Yes, and
I play a little bit of Stardew Valley, but that barely counts.
Yeah.
Master Shake 9000. I feel like moving to app killed both X-Wing and Warm Hordes in my local store. Gamers say they want free digital rules, but keep supporting Games Workshop codexes. Yeah, and I think a big thing of it is, like, people will struggle through the books because it's kind of fun. Like, you get to sit down with a cup of tea and your book and write down on a scrap of paper or a Google document.
And then you get to shit talk it with your friends.
Yeah.
Which is also fun.
But if it's just an app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. McBain, the app works very, very good now. Okay. Well,
cool.
That's good to know.
Brett S., I have like 35 to 40 ships. I don't know if that is a lot, but it was weird timing in my life, and I just don't need the extra expense and effort to update to the new rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. And when, because at first I was like, okay, well, if I want to update every ship I have, it's going to be a fortune. I'm going to need to buy like 3 Scum and Villainy sets. But in reality, it seems like they actually did take some care in building these things. And so they broke it down on what can you take in a game of X-Wing. And you can't take 9 Protectorate fighters in a game. You can only take like 4. So they gave you cards for 4. So it seems like they did do a decent job of this. But yeah, it is kind of hard to be like, okay, I gotta buy new cards for everything. And I guess burn my old cards. Especially since X-Wing Series 1 is still a pretty great game. I have heard though the article did end with, even though it's very frustrating, X-Wing 2nd Edition is a better game than X-Wing 1st Edition. There's just some simple and decent upgrades that have made the game better. They fixed turrets. They updated all the points values, so things like X-Wings and some of the original ships are worth taking. There's force tokens and recharging shields on some things.
Reed's asking a very important question. Hey, Jay, do you think Aaron Rodgers will leave Green Bay?
Yes. Yeah,
I
I've been
think so,
following
too.
this closely.
Yes. We've been studying it.
I also think Air Bud is going to be leaving Green Bay Packers.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I think maybe you got to do both. You got to do a little bit of digital for those for the people that would want to do it, especially if it's a good app. But then just have the points on the cards.
Yeah.
Have the cards sync with the internet automatically, and so the cards, like the screens on Kindles, that fake paper.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you have a little number in the corner that's like that. And then you sync your cards with the internet, and it automatically updates the points. Think about how simple that would be.
Mm-hmm. Lucky bat. Air Bud was basketball, you uncultured. Brett, I hate doing things on apps. If rules were on an app only, I will print that shit out and put it into a binder. There is something magical about a binder.
Imagine you just screenshot every single screen.
I mean, I've used Battlescribe, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But I do also need to read the rules physically out of the codex to know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Which I obtained from the internet, legitimately.
Yeah. Exactly. Blue Bob Man, you single-handedly doubled Mini sub count by appearing on his video.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and he didn't even say thanks, which is a little rude.
Prussian Blue. Lucky Bat should join the call. Prussian Blue. Battlescribe is great, especially when you can't afford more than one codex at a time. Oh yeah, Battlescribe. I mean, Battlescribe really is all you need to play 40k. Although, does Battlescribe have like the special rules, like stratagems, commander? What are the things that commanders can take? Commander abilities and relics.
I would assume not.
I think Battlescribe just keeps to what units and things are available.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure that's how they can get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is they just give you the points. Oh, never mind. It has relics. Okay, Prussian Blue. It has relics and stuff.
What is and stuff?
I don't know. And stratagems, no.
Okay, no stratagems. Interesting.
Blue Bob Man, I can only read Battlescribe. I just can't deal with the size of codexes when I just need to know if a character has a 2+ or 3+. Prussian Blue, usually I can just Google stratagems.
Daniel Lopez, just buy the codex, you penny pinchers. Yeah, you tell them.
Yeah, but what if you don't want to do math?
And buy Warhammer Plus.
Yeah. Support local businesses.
Persian Blue. Usually I can just Google stratagems. Nice. I will have to say I was impressed by the 9th edition Necron Codex. I thought it was very neat.
Was it worthy of $50?
No. I mean, it probably would be if I was playing it all the time.
Right.
A couple of times a month. But, yeah. And especially since I have so many armies. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to spend $50 an army just to know what the rules are for a couple of years. Literally a couple of.
Mm-hmm.
If they said 9th edition was it, then sure. Maybe.
It's not going to be it.
It's not going to be. Yeah, it's probably going to be 9. How, what? 9 is going to be the last one, not 10?
Right.
Yeah, it seems like I hesitate to use this sort of language, but it seems like Games Workshop's a bunch of silly billies.
Oh my goodness. Gotta wash your mouth out with some soap. Man.
Christian Kudzi, I bought my Space Marine Codex and the Blood Angel supplements.
Wow, you're a real hero. Persian Blue, I did buy my Death Guard Codex. Full price, thank you.
Woof. Speaking of the Codex, I'm going to be right back.
Oh my goodness. Simon the Bottomless Monkey. Jay, there are children watching. Oh my goodness. I know what do you think he's doing? He's definitely washing his mouth out. And if you noticed, he is wearing shorts, but they are not shorts, which is pretty offensive. El Rondorio, language thumbs down. Yeah, and we only have 20 thumbs down. Christian could see. I mean, I think you nailed it with that emoji. Lucky Bat. Any J shorts are jorts. I guess that is true. Here we go. Victor Hugen Bittencourt Silva. You know what I miss? MALIFAUX with the Bat Guy. Lucky Bat, do you have any animal facts for us? Oh. Look at those.
Yeah, so I actually bought all the brown paints from Pro Acryl. Because I really want to try out some new brown paints. And they had this thing, it was a bunch of paint mixing balls for like $2, and I thought, 50 paint mixers, that'll probably be all I'll ever need. Sign me up. They're so unbelievably small. These are not good for anything.
Yeah.
I mean, they're smaller than airsoft BBs.
Yeah. Are they glass?
They are glass, but they're not heavy.
Yeah.
These aren't going to shake up a chunky monkey GW pot.
No.
Or even a nice Vallejo. I mean, these aren't really good for much of anything.
Yeah. Maybe you throw in 3?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think Pro Acryl is a little bit thinner than your average paint. So maybe they work with these. But, yeah, very odd.
Green.
Yeah, I haven't tried out the paint yet. I do like the pots, although no clear label. Paint companies, get on it. Clear labels. I'd rather know what color this is than see the cool logo and stuff. Prussian Blue, put 3 beads in the pot. Yeah, but that doesn't make them heavier.
That's true.
Like, if I need to smash the paint off of the sides of the bottle, you know, they just don't have the weight. I like a good half-size marble. I want basically as big a marble as will fit.
Yeah. Chicky Nugs. There was a small YouTuber out there suggested using rocks.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to stick to rocks because these aren't good enough. But I mean, I thought 50 for $2. This sounds too good to be true. It was. Michael Morales, nice ball bag.
Amazing.
Victor Hugo Bittencourt Silva. I bought Sigsvald recast from China since Games Workshop won't export to my country. Do it.
Mark Bowling, is P3 in the title because you're using P3 paints? Just tuned in. Nah, that's part 3.
Although I do use P3 paints. I like them a lot.
But not. Have you used any P3 paints for these? On this model?
Yes. I just used some Troll Blood base. Happy Heretic, I come back and Chase playing with anal beads. Although I accidentally bought flesh. I was hoping tan flesh would look more like this than like what it looks like. It's not very brown. It's very like flesh tone, like Crayola flesh, 10 years ago. I have so many.
Offensive name.
I have so many flesh paints from every company. I never need another one ever again. But I bought the rest of their browns, and they seem kind of neat.
A lot of tips with the beads. Okay, glue the beads together. That's Master Shaker 9000. Yes, do that. El Rondario, maybe heat them up and fuse the glass beads together.
There's an idea. Mark Bowling, they're pricey but great. Pro Acryl, I mean they're $4 a pop. I feel like that's pretty average. I feel like that's average good.
The comment a little above that, I use AK Interactive mixers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't want to use anything pricey. I'm not digging them out of dead paint.
That's true.
Which once again, rocks.
Right.
Mark Bowling, I used to use P3 until I bought 2 pots of Kador red base that were 2 different colors, and both Red and Privateer Press sent me replacements that were also 2 different wrong colors. I know a lot of companies, especially Vallejo, will occasionally change up their recipe for paints, and it does change the color a little bit.
Did you get Kador Red and Kador Red Highlight? Because those are 2 different colors.
That is true. That is 2 different colors. But yeah, I've really enjoyed P3 paints. But I don't know. I don't find that I worry at all about color anymore. I just paint with whatever's on my palette. I don't mind if models have a very, 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 very slightly different look to them, as long as I do a good job painting. Prussian Blue, I bought 2.5 pounds of Crayola air dry clay. We'll see how it comes in handy for basing. Holy moly, like one of those little baggies, one of those little like 5-ounce baggies is probably gonna last me my life. 2.5 pounds. That's probably like a bucket.
Jeez, you can make a whole kit out of that.
Mark Bowling, and wrong. Sorry, the first red was supposed to be wrong. Don't call me Shirley. I used AK Interactive War Crime Collection Child Soldier Tears in my paint.
Amazing.
Power Surge. Army Painter changed their uniform gray. It was more dark before. Now it's more of a lighter gray.
Oh my goodness. Prussian Blue. 2.5 pounds was $7. Amazing. So I saw in that same article about Warhammer Plus that more information will be dropped on June 23rd. Do you think that's when they're going to unveil the price?
Probably, and what's going to be on it.
I love how they're going to tease it now, and then we're going to wait a whole nother month. They probably don't know what they're doing.
Prussian blue. Plus, I may or may not use the clay to help with my totally not casting plan when my recasts arrive. I don't know. You can try, but it doesn't hold details very well. I mean, it kind of is just like a clay that you can squish a little. Andrea, what's up? Blue Bob Man. So is it GIF or GIF? I think I always say GIF.
I'm sure somebody's like, well, actually, technically, when it was invented back in the 90s, that they wanted it to be pronounced GIF. But it is what it is. Chicken nuggets. I think the app will be out in a month, but the animations will take another year. Imagine they release it without anything on it, but people start paying for it monthly.
Edit. Do you watch Warhammer YouTubers? I do. I like Ninja and Goobertown Hobbies.
Squidmar action.
Squidmar. Miniac.
Eons of Battle.
Eons of Battle. Midwinter Minis. I also really like for lore. I like Baltimore and Luton 09.
Blue Bob Man, what's your favorite type of cloud?
Cumulostratus.
Vape cloud.
Oh yeah, watermelon vape cloud is my fave.
Yeah, they used to call me Nimbus in high school. I don't know why though.
Chicky Nugs tips. True patriots pronounce it as GIF. GIF is commie peanut butter. Victor Hugo Bittencourt Silva. Yeah, I feel like the Astartes guy only recently got brought into the team. Doubt he's finished a season for Astartes 2 already. Yeah, I mean, Astartes 1 is like 8 minutes long, and it took him over a year.
Yeah. And I wonder, maybe they gave him some more resources. You can do it a little quicker, but probably not that quicker.
Yeah. What's it called? Rick and Morty now has tons of resources behind it, and so now it only takes 11 months to put out episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a long time to do animation. It just does.
Yeah, but I feel like other shows just crank it out.
It always takes a year. It always takes at least a year. What show comes out like twice a year?
Not twice a year, but didn't BoJack have episodes every year?
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do with Rick and Morty.
That's what they're trying to do, yeah.
11 months is less than a year.
11 months is less than a year, but is it?
Yes?
I mean, it technically is, but I feel like shows try to have video stuff out, on a schedule.
Yes, but I think the goal is that they'll hopefully have that now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's hard to make a show. It's rather expensive, and it sounded like Adult Swim was not giving them what they needed for a very long time.
Which is crazy because what did Adult Swim have except Rick and Morty?
Exactly.
Lucky bat, you can't rush perfection.
Red S. South Park seems to put out stuff pretty quick.
I mean, South Park's on another level.
Yeah, I mean, doing an episode a week. I mean, they do nothing for the whole year. And then they just crank out a bunch of episodes. Like, it's crazy what they're doing.
Kowek 15324. Can I get advice on how to base my Gene Stealer patriarch? His backstory is that he runs a spa, vacation, beachside hotel hot springs. He also is in a wheelchair after slipping on a banana peel. I'm stuck. Well, I mean, it sounds like you gotta do some nice, maybe like light blue tile. A very calming color. Maybe a nice potted fern.
Ooh, that'd be pretty fun. Runs a spa. Like maybe you could do something where it looks like he's like in a maybe it's like a wooden floor. He's like in a steam room or something.
There you go.
And maybe get some sort of like a spot for like hot coals.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty fun.
And towels.
Oh yeah, put a towel on his lap in his wheelchair. I guess.
Daniel Lopez, The Venture Brothers, Don't Call Me Shirley, Adult Swim had Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Robot Chicken, and King of the Hill.
Yeah, they only have one. I mean, yes.
They're not still making King of the Hill episodes, are they? No.
They're not. And I have no idea if are they making more episodes of the other ones? I think Robot Chicken's still around.
Yeah, but Robot Chicken is like 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
And Robot Chicken is great. But I'm sure it's not as much content as they would like. Ballmasters 9009, Adult Swim's best show. What should be on Adult Swim is Mike Tyson Mysteries. I love that show. I bet it's not. Don't Call Me Shirley, Aqua Team Hunger Force, Blue Bob Man Neckties, or Macrame? Oh, excuse me.
Power Surge, how y'all don't mention Tim and Eric's show?
Was that an Adult Swim?
I guess so.
Huh.
Barely know. I've heard the name, don't know what it is. In my mind, they only have Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I mean, who cares about any of those shows?
Apparently everyone else but us.
Yeah.
But in my mind, they have Rick and Morty and reruns of other shows. That's what I... And I'm sure that they have other original things that are very, very good. But... Prussian Blue. Robot Chicken is stop motion, which is significantly harder to do than digital. Isn't a lot of digital stuff essentially stop motion with just digitally?
I think digital is all hand drawn, essentially. Like you do end up having to draw every frame.
Right. Except for I know Rick and Morty, they do not do that.
Well then it should be easier.
Yeah. I think it takes a long time to write. I think the whole process takes a long time.
I know. I want to say the company.
I forgive animation. I think it's really difficult.
I mean, I don't hold it against them. It's just the meme of Rick and Morty is you get, a few minutes of content every 100,000 hours.
But think about it though. I think honestly, even if they were doing it on purpose, it's really smart. Because you don't want to blow your load.
I don't know if it's smart though. I mean, I know isn't there new Rick and Morty content, and I don't care.
I mean, I do.
I mean, I'll watch it eventually when I get around to it.
I'll probably
in a
watch
couple
it.
years.
Yeah, but I'll watch it. Like I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily good to just blow your load all at once. Just release.
Well, but what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about blowing your load, releasing 10 seasons. But wouldn't it be great if Rick and Morty was on from like June to August every year?
I guess. I mean,
and they released 7 or 8 to 10 episodes.
For the last 2 years, they've had at least half a season. They 1 year they did half a season, then the next year they did half a season. I'm pretty sure, right?
Maybe that's fine. Okay, final question I'll ask for tonight. What are the 3 numbers on the back of your credit card? Danny Lopez, I want to see a second season of Primal. Is that the new show with the caveman and the dinosaur? I think it is. I liked Primeval, the UK show. I think that got 2 seasons.
Rusher Blue, Jay, don't lie. You'd blow your load all at once. I always run into this problem, and I know this is just me. There's stuff wrong with me. But, Netflix releases a season. It's 10 episodes all at once. I will watch them all very quickly, and as I'm watching, I care less and less and less and less. But if it came out one at a time and I watched it as it came out, I think I would enjoy it a lot more.
I think for me, it's the same thing, but I don't stop caring. It's just I care a lot in that 2 days. And then I don't really care until they release more. And then I care about it a lot for 2 days.
Yeah, I find, I don't know, I don't know.
Random ass episodes whenever, I feel like is not my preferred release schedule.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I guess I just find it exciting. Like when Bo Burnham with his new thing out of nowhere. That's fun.
That's a very different thing than Rick and Morty, though.
I don't
think
we
never knew this was going to happen.
That's true, but I mean, I didn't know that season 5 was going to come out soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think about Rick and Morty all the time, so when I saw it pop up, I was surprised.
Well, whenever I feel like I've been conditioned to think of Rick and Morty as that show that's always in the works. Like I know, and they did come out with a whole season over the course of 2 years. But it still feels like they haven't come out with a whole season.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm just a little bit more of an intellectual. Maybe I just
you've had your Szechuan sauce.
Exactly. Jeez Louise. Christian could see. Real painting question. All right, let's get back to real. Jay, how up are you going with that blue as black look?
This is it, pretty much.
Like, is that your mid-tone you got so far?
No, that's probably it. I might dull it down a little with some applications of some wash paints. But yeah, I think sometimes if black is just black, it looks gray. But if you introduce a color, then it looks like black, even though it's obviously not black. It's green or blue or brown. But yeah, and I did the same thing on my other MALIFAUX ladies, where black becomes blue.
Flimbo the dude, I'm back, making a green stuff cape.
I'm blue, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dabba die, dabba dee dobba die.
Content claimed.
So listen up, here's a story about a little guy that lived in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue like him. Inside and outside, blue in his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. I love that song.
It Jay versus Nick burping competition.
I don't have a burp water near me.
I just drank mine.
Yeah, we don't have the necessary tools.
Yeah. And I don't, if I drink, I could get another one, but if that happens, I'm going to be pissing myself tonight. So I don't want to be doing that. Prussian blue. To Szechuan or not to Szechuan? That is the sauce.
Whether 'tis nobler to Szechuan thy nuggets or to live in a world of...
Yeah. Honestly, I think a Jay versus Nick burping competition would be great, and great Patreon only content if it ever was to exist. We get a bunch of burp waters, throw it up in front of us. Maybe we have to read out loud the lore.
That'd be pretty good.
While we're drinking.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
That'd be pretty funny. Master Shake 9000. Do we pay to stop Jay singing? Yes. If you want to pay to stop it, that can happen.
There's a great moment in The Office where Andy is playing an instrument, and Jim comes up to him and says, "Hey, do you take requests?" And Andy goes, "Yeah, of course." And then Jim goes, "Please stop."
Exactly.
And I mean, I have amazing taste. I love The Office.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably my favorite show ever.
Mm-hmm. People love that show. It is a perfect comfort show.
It is. It is. Even though I basically know every second of it, it's still great to watch. And I love Office Ladies podcast. Although I'm not getting goddamn whatever the streaming service is so I can watch it.
Yeah. See, and like that contrasts my comfort show, which is Tim Dillon.
Oh yeah. I like Tim Dillon a lot.
Yeah, it's my comfort show.
I need it in dosages though.
Yeah.
In controlled dosages.
Exactly.
Only
That's
when
my
the doctor
comfort show.
prescribes it.
Yeah. Lucky bat. In the grim dark of the future, there is only burps.
Yeah.
Prussian Blue. On the topic of Jay singing, I still want a hot and cold cover.
'Cause you're hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're no, you're in when you're out, you're up when you're down, you're black when it's white, you're wrong when it's right. Oh yeah, I love my Katy Perry.
Exactly.
Didn't she do the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I mean, really, that's the highlight of the whole thing, right? Not the people playing sports.
No. Nobody watches the game. They only watch
Who's
the
that?
halftime show.
There's a great John
the
Mulaney.
commercials.
There's a great John Mulaney quote where he goes, "What? Would you stop the Super Bowl right in the middle to do a bunch of bullshit? That would be ridiculous."
Ah. And it truly is. It truly is.
Coac 15324. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take up arms against a sea of Szechuan sauce, and by opposing end them.
That's what I always say.
And the Crimson, hi y'all. Just turning in while playing the Fallout board game. Ooh, is that the Modifius game? Is it any good?
Burp, 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 burp.
Prussian Blue. Remember in Beyblade, Moses parts the Red Sea with a Beyblade. I hope that's true. Oh, that's amazing.
Yep. And also, nobody's paid to stop you singing, so
Yeah.
feel free to rip it up if you want.
Creation could see. I like the Fallout board game. What is the Fallout board game? Is it by Modifius Games with the resin models? Although I heard with the board game they came with PVC models, and people were a little pissed because the PVC was not of the same quality.
Were they PV pissed?
Mm-hmm.
PV pissed off.
Will we ever get a Nick cam?
Probably not.
Probably not. We don't have great internet.
Yeah,
Nick's not always painting.
that is true. And then you'd have to pay extra for the naked Nick stream. Maybe that's what we do.
Hmm.
Somehow you stream two OBSs two Streamlabs streams at the same time, and one is the stream without me, and then one is the stream Patreon only that has me in it.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky bet. Nick, what are you wearing? Only a banana hammock.
Mass Shake 9000. Jay should front a puddle of Nickel Creed to cover bands. Nickel Creed? Nickel back, more like nickel front.
Nice.
And Crimson, it's the Fantasy Flight version that's more adventure RPG than the Modifius. Probably the PVC minis you mentioned. It's got some Arkham horror vibes, so it's not hard for me to get into. Ah, neat. Coac 15324. Nick at Night Stream.
Amazing. Mondeteur. Gonna have to make a beer run. Be right back.
Ooh,
Get me some.
nice. Yeah. Nick looks high AF.
You better goddamn believe it.
Power Surge, would your connection give you problems if you joined a video podcast in the future? If we joined a video podcast?
We've done that. It's more of the I have to watch the stream and have video running. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're doing we're joining the video podcast, it's fine. If we're joining a video podcast and streaming, it's a little harder. Christian could see high on life, up with hope, down with dope. This is your brain on drugs. I'm high on life.
And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. And it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Remember when William Shatner sang that song?
Mm-hmm.
And it was better than it had ever been before.
They really gave up on the telling kids not to do drugs, I feel like.
They did. Pression.
I feel like I don't remember ever like in high school, I guess they talked about it a little bit.
A little.
They talked about it in health class for a sec.
Yeah.
But
don't do heroin.
Don't do the hard stuff, but maybe toke it up. Because now it's crazy. Like, you see all the billboards for the dispensaries and stuff now. It feels like a very different world.
Mm-hmm.
Compared. Nick is a fucking nerd. Well, that's just rude. Like you bet. Yeah, because they made drugs taste like cotton candy.
Prussian Blue. Just swap. Have Nick do painting streams for a model and let Jay do off-screen monitoring. Yeah! Then I get to work on my secret kill team.
Uh-huh. And then you'll get to see Painting Orcs Part 45.
Yeah!
Nick is painting the same pair of pants 5 sessions in a row.
Christian Kudzi, you ever watch Nip Tuck? Guy suffocates a lady with a plastic bag in a scene to that song, and it stuck with me. Christian Kudzi, shit was fucked up. Yeah, they're putting crazy, crazy, crazy stuff in shows nowadays.
Don't call me Shirley. Do you guys remember Shattered Dreams in high school? That thing with the fake car crash outside the school? Yes.
No.
Do you remember this?
What is this?
They would do like they'd have a week of like drunk driving talks, and they would have a crashed car outside the school, which is crazy.
In high school?
Yeah, they did that at our school.
I don't remember that at all.
I just remembered it because I just got brought back to that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had a crashed car outside our school to show what happens if you're a drunk driver.
Well, yeah, and if you're a drunk driver who doesn't know how to do it,
yeah,
you gotta practice, get good at
it. Exactly, which is what they should have been teaching. Lucky Beth, did you guys get to do the drunk driving simulator? I think
they had beer goggles.
Yeah, we did driver's ed, we did beer goggles.
And we all took turns passing around a pair of beer goggles. Oh, Corona.
Can you even imagine doing that now?
18 kids all sharing one pair of glasses. We're probably sweaty because we just played basketball.
Oh, yeah. It's horrendous.
Master Shake 9000 tips. Jay and Nick both on screen painting a mini together like the clay scene in Ghost. That'd be pretty great.
Be pretty good.
I've seen like dual streams, and it is kind of neat because you can look at, if you get bored of one thing, you can look at the other thing.
It is true.
I mean, not that you guys would ever be bored on one of our streams.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. ENH, when I was in high school, they got quaddies in to show what happens if you aren't careful on motorbikes or driving cars.
Like a four-wheeler? Like a quad bike?
I don't know.
You drive around and crash into things with a quad bike?
You'd really get made fun of.
Alex Geekly Digest, hi!
Hello.
Like
Welcome.
bad. I just look at the please leave a dislike button if I get bored.
Exactly. And then you keep hitting leave a dislike over and over and over and over and over again.
Ian H. Quadriplegic.
Ah, there we go.
Oh my god, you call a person a quaddie?
Yeah, that just, yeah. I mean, that just turned into a whole nother thing. So y'all just made fun of this person that came to your school?
He hasn't legs.
He hasn't legs
Or
arms.
Well, he sure didn't get here himself.
Hopefully the person driving it wasn't drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And this will be the last stream we'll ever do. Yeah. I know we had you know, now that I'm resurfacing all these traumatic events, we did have people come every year to talk about why drinking and driving was bad.
I vaguely remember this.
Yeah, you might have not had to have gone because of going to do welding.
Oh yeah, I wasn't at the school for half the day.
Yeah, so that might have been, you might have gotten out of it. But and I think you could just you know, if you just left.
Yeah, I mean they didn't take attendance, did they?
No, but you went down with your class. And I don't remember which class it was with. They picked like a social, I'm sure they picked like a social studies or something like that, and you'd go down. I fucking hate this stream. Smash the like button.
Alex Geekly Digest. I'm a quadriplegic. Sad face, sad face, sad face.
Exactly.
ENH. Nah, there were many of them, and quaddies and paras are normal shortenings in Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, they're not here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you said those here, you'd get in trouble. But yeah, I remember they had they brought people, like they brought like a dad whose daughter died in a like texting while driving accident. And you know, stuff like that. Which honestly, don't you just make that up? Like I'm also thinking about the car put outside the school. There's no way that was in like a deathly accident. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's probably just a fender bender they bought off of a rec yard.
Right, that's what I would assume. Or you know,
for
they probably,
$200.
Yeah, they probably bought a wreck and maybe they made it look a little worse.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Scrub some pig's blood all over it.
Oh goodness. I mean, think about how dark it would be to have a blood-soaked seat in a car parked outside of a school.
Too bad. For us, they brought in someone who had killed someone. Matthew Broderick? Wait, am I wrong about that? Was it Matthew Broderick or was it the other guy?
I don't know. They're both the same guy. I don't think it was... man, I don't know. Chat.
Yeah, who was the actor who ran down somebody in his car?
Mm-hmm. Dr. Drokel says Ted Kennedy.
Well,
which is true. Alex Geekly Digest. Yes, it was Matthew. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for that. Christian could see Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, but. Coac 15324 started streaming 69 minutes ago. Nice.
Exactly. We also have 40 people watching right now and only 28 dislikes
Hmm.
and 7 likes. I think we need to get that dislike number up a little bit. Yeah.
Don't come
remember
show you.
this.
They brought Vietnam vets to our school to convince us not to join the military. Huh. I remember the recruiting desk popping up every now and again.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember this. I remember they had there was an election and they brought in the representative, like our representative.
Ah.
And I know some of the teachers were pissed because it is a little
That is true.
capturing people's, young people's
Yeah.
attention. But they were good about it because they brought both of them. Not the independent candidate though.
No.
And they were like they're both trying to be a representative.
Mm-hmm.
And they both don't care who you vote for, but they do very much.
Yes.
Prussian Blue. Did any of you guys have police around to talk to third graders about sexting and stuff? We were third graders. Nope.
Don't remember police talking. I mean, I didn't go to third grade.
Yeah.
I was homeschooled.
Yeah. Did your mom tell you about that?
No, weirdly enough, police did show up.
Exactly. Oh, I had a question for you. So, you were homeschooled.
Mhm.
Did you do gym?
No, I guess not.
Ah, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, kind of just did whatever we want. Math,
Painted
English,
pictures.
science.
Mm.
That was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of history. Just read books.
Lucky bet. Also, you can't vote because you're 15. We could vote at that time. It was like people were 17 turning on 18. I think
Mhm.
it might have been the last year of high school. ENH homeschooled explains a lot.
Nah.
Christian could see this explains a lot suddenly. Brett S. I was in third grade in 1983, so we missed out on the sexting talk. Oh no.
Why?
And yeah.
Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. Seems like it'd be very pertinent information.
Yep, and especially 1983.
Yeah.
So now you're just sexting up a storm. You have no idea.
Dr. Drogle, our army recruiter was Ranger Sergeant Trombone. A true story. He wanted to come to my home to talk to me about enlisting. I gave him directions down a dead-end gravel road I know. Oh my goodness. It's
Jeez Louise.
probably some sort of a crime. Don't call me Shirley. Don't you guys remember when they brought O.J. Simpson into school to teach driver's ed?
Andy Crimson. All Dare did was make me interested in drugs.
Yeah, it tells you all about the good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tell you what the drugs are and they tell you the effects of them.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of them cure all the ailments that you have
Mm-hmm.
at that time. Like depression and anxiety and hating your life. Jeez, I need to do all of these at the same time. Yeah, these drugs make you feel happy. Oh, good. I don't feel happy at all. Perfect.
Danny Lopez. They just let the other guy run for office so they can feel included, but no one really cares about them.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Dr. Jerkle. I figured if he was an Army Ranger and he really wanted to talk to me, he should be able to find me.
That's true. Power Surge. Believe it or not, those STD classes really worked. Even to this day, I'm terrified of STDs, and if I were single, I'd be super safe. I am so afraid of STDs, I haven't watched a single episode of Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Yep. Anything with the acronym STD you do not enjoy, do not look for. I like to think that if you were to watch that show, you'd put on sunglasses.
God, why would they call it Star Trek Discovery? They know people acronym these things.
Oh, yeah. You'd have to put a bag over your head to watch it.
Impulsive hobby pursuits. They also taught us how to peer pressure one another.
Oh, yeah. I remember they, in like, I think freshman year, do you remember that thing that they would do in freshman year where half of your lunch you'd have to go to a different place?
Yes.
And they would waste your time.
Yep. Eat fast, kids. We gotta teach you nothing.
God. So you have to eat your lunch in 25 minutes so we can spend the next 25 minutes teaching you nothing. That was insane. I don't know.
That was garbage.
Like, they would, like, I remember they had, they would have these classes. I don't know, was it once a week? I think it was twice a week.
Yeah,
Like,
it was often.
I thought it was like Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursday. And so, like, you would go, and I remember there was this one time we had to go in, and they were teaching internet privacy. And so they made us all sign into our Facebook accounts, which I lied and I said I didn't have one.
I think I must have lied too.
Yeah,
I don't think I had one. I didn't have one.
Yeah,
until...
you didn't lie.
Yeah.
And you had to go through your Facebook, and there was like the older high schoolers were helping you set your privacy settings, which honestly is pretty bad, because then you're creating a world in which we couldn't be influencers. You're teaching people to not be influencers, which is what that's what everything's all about, right?
Yeah. I mean, how are we going to get TikTok famous?
Exactly. Lucky Bat, your lunch was 50 minutes. Yes, because our classes were 50 minutes.
Dr. Jungle Jay was homeschooled. He didn't have Facebook. I didn't have access to a computer until like middle of high school. We didn't have Wi-Fi until maybe like junior or senior year. Lucky Bat. Did anyone have did anyone have the demonstration where they made you take a bite out of a Hershey Kiss and then made you pass it to the next person because that was what premarital sex was like?
No. That's pretty bad. I'm really glad that we're on this, this subject.
We had 30-minute lunches.
That's ridiculous.
I have heard things are different in different places.
Yeah, 50 minutes is fine.
Yeah.
Like, but the 25,
yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Well, because it's not just lunch. It's also like, talking with your peers.
Yeah.
And studying and reading flashcards or cheating. I mean, that's what it's for.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
It's not just lunch.
Impulsive hobby pursuits. My health teacher would make you say penis in front of the class if you laughed during the sex ed talks. If you laughed while saying it, you got detention.
What? That's madness.
I would ask my parents to switch schools, and they would let me.
Yeah, see, this is the problem. Like, all of this stuff. If we were all adults in high school and we were able to like vouch for ourselves, there would be no problems. But since we were all kids and we didn't know any better or know how to stand up for ourselves, just teachers could get away with anything.
Exactly.
Because clearly, if you were an adult walking to the principal's office and said, "Yeah, she made me say penis reasonably," I chuckled. Like, you could talk your way out of it.
Oh yeah. Christian Goodsey, just sing it.
Penis.
Pretty good.
I mean, that sounds like detention material, honestly. Dr. Trickle, I always hated those days when you had to go to the vice principal's office so that they could examine your junk. Didn't you all hate those days also? Didn't you? I remember loving in high school going to the counselor's office, and they were supposed to hand you a sheet of paper with your classes for like next semester or next year, and you're supposed to just get your parent to sign it without looking and then hand it back. But I'd always be like, I don't want to take any of these classes. And he'd be like, well, you have to. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't want to. Can I take this? And he's like, no. Can I take this? No. Can I take this? No.
Yeah.
He just rubber stamped the last 50 kids. And now I'm giving him all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
And staring at his hair plugs.
Yeah, I was about to say, we had the exact same counselor. And, geez Louise, did he have the first hair plugs probably that you could ever have in America.
Like, you ever seen a Barbie's head?
Yeah, they were bad.
Real bad. It's like they literally hole punched every hair into his head in a perfect grid.
Yep.
Just go bald.
Yeah, if he went bald, he would look... I mean, he'd still be kind of weird looking, but it'd be better.
I mean, it wasn't like he was like a fit, awesome dude just going bald. Like,
no. Yeah, he looked like he worked at a school where he sat down all day.
Lucky bat. We used to be like, may I use the bathroom? And then we let the teachers say no.
Yeah. That stuff like that's ridiculous. I remember there was one teacher that I had that's like, you don't have to ask. You can just leave because it's insane.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's like one thing if you're just leaving all the time. It's another thing if you just leave because you have to go to the bathroom.
But the teacher's gonna notice if you leave all the time. Like they didn't need the rule.
Like you always piss during my class for 25 minutes.
Alex Geekly Digest. My sex ed teacher yelled penis and vagina when someone was sleeping. I mean, that just sounds awesome. Yeah, when you get a good teacher, it really is excellent.
It is. Like
all those one or two times.
Yeah. That treats you like a human being. When did you complete high school? 2015. Lucky bat. Can you imagine the hall pass situation in a COVID world? The hall pass thing was dumb. I guess they have to keep track of it. I guess it is kind of smart. They have to keep track of where the kids are. Because if something happens...
Who has the hall pass? I don't know. Where is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
It does kind of fall apart pretty quick.
Yes, it does. I know that there was some people that, like, they made you, like, sign out of the class so they knew if you were gone. That's a little fun. I remember for the longest time at school, they mentioned, like, that they would have... that eventually our IDs would get some sort of like magnetic strip in them, and you could open the doors with them, so they could keep track of where you were in the school. Which kind of sounds smart and creepy all at the same time.
It's a little much though, isn't it?
Yes, but people in the suburbs are silly.
There's a great episode of Reno 911 where the police officers are working at the metal detector in the local high school. And the metal detector goes off, and they pull a big pistol out of a kid's waistband, and so they walk over to this wall of firearms, and they tag it and hang it on the wall, and apparently they just confiscate guns all day long, and you can pick them up as you leave the school.
Oh my god.
And there's like machine guns and cannons and stuff.
Lucky bat. We're not leaving until Chromebook number 19 is back in the shelf. I had one of those moments where a kid put it in the wrong spot, and so one was missing, and they were like, all right, are we going to have to start going through backpacks? That was fun. It was just in the wrong spot.
Yeah. I remember I was homeschooled until 8th grade, and then I went to 8th grade and I got my first detention for not doing my homework. And what was great is a bunch of people didn't do the homework. They just didn't tell the teacher they didn't. And so I learned from that day forth, always lie.
And you've been doing that ever since.
Yep. Dr. Struggle, we had a math teacher in high school who was drunk every day. Nobody wanted his help at their desk because he reeked of booze, and he would fall asleep while writing on the chalkboard. Don't call me Shirley. My school had a 30-minute lunch for grades 9 through 11, 12, and 1 hour in our sex ed class had you rap a song about STDs.
Amazing. Christian could see, all right, better go be productive. No, you don't have to be. Thanks as always for the stream, guys, and the lulz.
Yeah.
Don't be productive.
Mm-hmm. Prussian Blue. I once got knocked into a desk by a student who tripped, and the desk had a Chromebook that got knocked off. My 6th grade social studies teacher shouted, "That Chromebook is worth more than you," at me.
Oh my
I can think of one particular teacher who that would fly right off his tongue.
See, the thing is, I don't think I would care at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the school's money.
Yeah.
That's fine. They'll buy another one. The taxes will pay for another Chromebook.
Yeah. Some of the dude. You ever have the penis game? It's where you say penis and then your friend says penis and that's it. Well, it's not just that. You have to go. You have to go louder and louder and louder and more obnoxious until someone gets caught.
Yeah.
And the person who gets caught wins.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And they're the hero. As they're escorted out of the classroom, they're a hero.
They are. Like everyone's saluting them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The real winners, the real like great players of the game. So, someone says penis quietly. The second person saying it incredibly loud without doing all the steps in between. That's a true hero. A fearless leader in fact. If they just win the game. But then, although, if that other person decides to pipe up and go even louder, I mean, man, truly fearless. What do you think the best? What do you think the best class for the penis game would be?
The penis class? That's hard. You kind of have to pick like a middle strict teacher.
I think the most funny would be a band.
Oh, band would be great.
Band with Mr. Gore.
Oh God, no. Gore would make it a big deal.
He would make it a giant deal. He was kind of a hothead asshole.
John Lemons or Helvey would turn it into a learning experience.
Oh yeah, but he would not. It would be a problem, but it'd be very funny.
Remember how Dustin Helvey was just the greatest guy ever?
Yes.
Remember when we worked with him at CLC when he was the goofball in one of our productions?
Yes, that was wild.
Chicky Nugs. Anyone remember the OK hand sign game? If you see the symbol, you get punched in the groin. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Yes, I remember that. Chicky Nugs. Yeah, I'm not friends with those people anymore.
Andy Crimson. He said penis so loud the next 3 classes heard him. Absolute legend.
Yeah.
Eric Hart, is this your first Malifaux crew? Yes, it is. The Malifaux Arcanist performers.
Little burp in there for some added spice.
He who controls the spice controls the universe.
She's looking real cute.
Wish there was something more I could do with the face. It's a little bit... I mean, it's so small. It's even smaller than the showgirls' faces.
Wow. I think what you should do is... Remember that model that we looked at last night on the Patreon only stream?
Yes.
You should take that face and put it on
Exactly
her.
like that.
It was a poorly sculpted face that we're referring to. A bit rough.
Eric Hart, they are a good crew, very controlling. Eric Hart, do you really know your way around MALIFAUX?
Do you really know your way around MALIFAUX? That is a great question.
That sounds like some pro talk.
You will be the first person that we've ever met that knows their way around MALIFAUX.
Impulsive high pursuits. I once got attention because my friend and I ran around outside during a rainstorm during our lunch period. We were bored. They said we were creating a disturbance. It was the lamest reason to get detention.
Jesus, I have another lame one. In 8th grade, I got a detention because I threw snow. Not even at a human being. I picked up snow, I made a snowball, and I threw it. We weren't allowed to because I think people were putting ice in them.
Yeah, well, you weren't allowed to because, in theory, someone could get hurt.
Exactly.
I think it's more worthwhile to let kids play with snow, but...
Yes. But then, so I did that. So I made a snowball. I threw it, not at a human being, but then someone threw a snowball at me at the same time. And so we both got in trouble. It was very funny. So we both got detentions. My parents were pissed at the school.
I bet.
They were like, what? This is ridiculous. They're like, I guess do it. I guess do what they say, but this is insane.
Don't call me Shirley. So these performers, can they give you STDs? Is that their debuff? Well, Cassandra Felton's abilities are Don't Mind Me, Changing Plans, Nimble, Celebrity, which gives Distraction +1, Balanced Sword, Breath of Fire, Upstage, and Finesse. I know the showgirls. I don't have all my MALIFAUX cards near me though. My showgirls have like they also have the distraction ability.
Eric Hirth, I know a little, not much. I used to be a henchman. My friendly local game store and I are hosting a league.
Ah, what is a henchman? Is that like a special thing?
I have no idea.
Where you just know the rules, or you help out?
Or maybe that's some sort of faction or sub-faction or something.
I mean, a henchman is a thing you can have for every faction. Every faction has a master and a henchman.
Well, I'm sure we'll find out.
Prussian Blue. In early elementary, we had an eagle's nest on the playground. And in it, every day at recess, we had gladiatorial bouts in it with everyone hanging on the bars cheering as people beat each other. Don't call me Shirley. I had 0 detentions, but a couple close calls for almost breaking basketball hoops. Yeah, why do they make... I don't know if this was glass basketball hoops, but why are any basketball hoops made of glass? Doesn't that just not make any sense?
I mean, it doesn't for kids.
No, not for kids.
I bet if you're filming, it's pretty sick.
Maybe.
You film your shots and stuff.
Because I see, like in movies a lot, they'll do a sick dunk and the glass will shatter. And it's just like, why did they ever make it out of something that's breakable? Just make it out of steel or plastic.
But it's cool, though.
Eric Hearth. The distraction condition is Colette's thing. It's super annoying to play against. A henchman is a community organizer and has access to promos for local game stores. Ah, neat.
Super cool.
Can we be a friendly local game store of one?
Probably not.
Or of two?
Two.
I bet we could fake it.
I mean, there's a friendly local game store that we know.
That's true. And they currently don't carry MALIFAUX.
Yes, they do. They have MALIFAUX.
Not at the Grays Lake store.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the guy that contacted us.
Oh, yeah, that guy, yeah.
Yes. He has MALIFAUX.
Mm-hmm. But so fans can see through them seats behind the backboard.
That is true. I mean, I was thinking of filming, but that makes more sense.
Mm-hmm. ENH, the hoops aren't the backboard. Yeah, the hoops aren't made of glass. I guess that is the backboard. Dr. Joggle, I got detentions constantly for erroneous reasons. I'm gonna bet they weren't as erroneous. When I was in elementary school, they still gave out paddlings, or licks, as we call them. These two were for erroneous reasons. I mean, my dad tells me lots of stories about he went to school with the nuns, and they would just beat ya.
What kind of stick figure children were you at school that a snowball would hurt them? Well, I mean, you put rocks in them or something, something
Or you
fun.
just smash someone in the face when they're not looking.
Yeah.
You can get surprised.
Yeah. I mean, you could, I mean, because I know that, sometimes, towards the end of the season, it would rain.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would rain on the snow. Well, that creates something a little bit more than just snow.
Yeah. And there's the world's best snow consistency for snowballs.
Yeah.
But that happens twice a year.
Right.
Every other time it's a little too hard or a little too soft or.
Yeah. Because you can make some hard snowballs if you want. But yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Master Check 9000. Glass lets the ball bounce off it. Plastic would flex and kill the ball when it hits. Ah, that makes a lot of sense.
Interesting. We're learning so much today.
Yeah. They should make it out of stone. ENH, I only ever got the cane once at school, despite having hundreds of fights over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Flute. Did you guys ever play Sharks and Minnows? Once we had a kid get picked up and thrown across the blacktop by a shark. That sounds familiar, but I don't remember the rules.
Yeah. I remember the name, but I don't remember the rules either.
Isn't that the game where it's like tag, but you run back and forth, and the people in the middle try to tag?
Yeah, I was thinking is it similar to Capture the Flag almost, but with people, and no flags? I don't remember. I like Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag.
Capture the Flag gets intense. It's great.
It does. It's honestly the thing was, I remember we would play Capture Flag maybe every other Friday or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Why wasn't that just every single day?
Because we were having too much fun.
Gosh, are we really gonna do a thing where we run around the building a few times?
Mm-hmm.
Is that really more beneficial than Capture the Flag?
Yeah, where the kids go hard and enjoy themselves and talk about gym class.
Because even the dorkiest of dorks would be excited to play. Learning with EOB. Yes.
Eons of Basketball. Dash Jokel, if you make a snowball and squeeze it real hard, it becomes ice. Then throw those, of course.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people could get hurt, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to go to the nurse's office. She hands you a dry paper towel. You cry for a couple minutes, then you go to class.
Exactly. You're supposed to cry at school a few times throughout your experience. You're supposed to. And if you didn't, that means you didn't get into enough trouble. Prussian blue. CTF days were the best parts of Friday. Capture the flag. And PE. Throwing in those nice acronyms for us.
Mm-hmm.
I also like dodgeball.
Dodgeball's pretty great.
Dodgeball's another one. Do you remember using those like foam balls?
Yeah, the foam balls. Yeah, it's hard to get some good speed behind those.
It is, which I think is the point.
Yeah.
But it was always kind of fun. Like if you had if there was somebody in your gym class that was like a real athlete.
Oh yeah, like a softball pitcher.
Yeah,
and they could make those things move.
And they pegged a nerd. It was pretty fun.
Ah, the noise. Whoomp,
yep.
Of that thing.
Of a nerd.
Yeah.
The noise of a nerd getting taken down. Like, do you remember Spencer?
Oh, of course I remember Spencer.
I mean, he's. Whenever I think of it, I think of him getting hit by one of those balls and just him, his glasses flying up in the air. Not to say that I didn't get hit really hard and it was horrible, but it's very funny. But then you use that rage as you're sitting out.
Yeah.
To then come back in and give it your all and then still lose. Prussian blue, pegged a nerd, as if Jay and Nick weren't nerds. Exactly.
Impulsive high pursuits. Lucky Bat, school nurse can give you some ice. You good. Impulsive high pursuits.
That was like the one thing that she could do, or he, but it was always a lady.
Some ice cubes wrapped in a paper towel.
Yep.
Impulsive high pursuits. Our nurse would give you ice and let you take a nap in her office.
Mm-hmm.
Master Shake 9000. Isn't CTF what football players get from too many hits to the head? Poe X Paints. We used to play this game where two people would hold onto a wooden broom with both hands. First to let go loses, no rules. Fun times and a lot of shindigging and flying around. That does sound like it'd get pretty intense.
That sounds like so much fun. Do you remember in high school the wrestling unit?
Oh god, the wrestling unit.
That was always the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Where you barely learned how to wrestle, but like for real.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah.
And although what was cool though is if you got paired up with another person that did not care at all.
Yes.
That was the dream team.
God, I had who was that guy? He was sort of friends with Spencer. He was also just a scrawny nerd with glasses.
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
He was a kind of a dickhead, and I remember I went through the wrestling section with him, and we would actually go pretty hard because we didn't like each other.
Was it Alex?
I think Alex. Yep.
I don't know if we want to out people.
No, I remember. If he's listening, I hope he is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, we went pretty hard on each other because we generally didn't enjoy each other very much.
Yep. Yeah, we all know Alex.
Yeah, of course.
We all know who's...
Whoever you're picturing, you're right. Simon the Modernized Monkey. I signed up for wrestling and didn't even learn how to drop the people's elbow.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And when did the chair that breaks really easily come into it?
Yeah. BS. Brett S. We used to play dodgeball with volleyballs in high school gym until Cameron Kalaism, you're really outing him, got blindsided in the head and dropped like a sack of hammers. Next week we had the squishy dodgeballs. Yeah, what a pussy.
Softballs are really hard.
Yeah. Yep. Good old Cameron. What do you think Cameron's doing now? Do you think he's crying? Do you think how do you think Cameron's life went, Brett S? After that moment, do you think he was a little different after that?
Impulsive hobby pursuits. One school I went to was not allowed to wrestle or have a wrestling team because the school was deemed too violent. Nice. Wow. Dr. Drokel, we used to play this game called Hide the Zucchini. Uh-oh. But we played it in the vice principal's office in the dark. Oh, boy.
Yeah. You know, did anyone play field hockey in gym? Remember that in high school?
I remember field hockey.
That was super fun. I wish it was just that.
Yeah.
I know, apparently, at least at the time that we were in high school, I think they said that we were the only school in the state of Illinois that was still doing it. Because it gets pretty violent.
Yeah, it does.
I remember bashing the shins of people that I really did not like sometimes. And they'd get you back and your shins would be bruised. Brett S. I mean, he's probably doing better than Mike Sims. He had a poop incident in shop class. Never lived that down. Man, and that's in shop class. You know, the people in shop class are going to make fun of you for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. I remember in shop class, someone was working at the table saws, and they let their piece of wood get away from them, and it flew up and took out one of the like security lights. It just smashed it right off the wall.
Amazing.
And then the teacher came over and he's like, "I guess go to the principal's."
Yep.
Oh, I was so mad. Another one in shop class, there was this dighead, and I was putting my piece that I had almost finished through the planer. And someone came up and they didn't check. They didn't check that I was standing right there, and so they started hitting the buttons to lower it while the machine was operating. And so it, instead of taking off like, you know, a tiny fraction of an inch, it took off like a quarter inch of half of my project. And the teacher was like, "Oh my god, it's gonna take me a week to realign this machine."
Goodness. Reanimate Phoenix, do you play MALIFAUX?
Eventually, yes.
At some point, we will be playing MALIFAUX.
And this will be glorious, I'm sure.
Brett S. In other news, finished my last squad of Necron warriors. On to more interesting models. Nice. What is the next model?
Do you see that the Necron, a couple actually, 40k start collectings have come out? I know they're not called start collectings anymore. They're called patrol detachments. But it actually seems like
a lot of words to say starter
patrol
box.
detachment. But the smart thing they did with the Necrons is nothing in the patrol detachment overlaps with the Indominus or the start collectings, which is good. So it would actually be worth it to buy both.
Lucky Bat. In shop, we glued a kid's shoe to the floor, and he didn't have a shoe until someone scraped it off the ground. I like it.
Don't call me Shirley. In digital art class, we covered a whole wall in chef's kiss pictures. We had our nerd fun.
Impulsive hobby pursuits. My shop teacher used to talk about a student that hog-tied him in his office and stole his truck. Apparently he was his favorite student. Wow. That is wild.
I struggle. If it hadn't been a shit planer, it wouldn't have let a piece go through trying to take off that much at once. I mean, the planer does what it does. And if if it just lowers, like I'm sure it was, you know, 40 years old, 50 years old. But it'll take away whatever you tell it to take away.
Impulsive hobby pursuits. I had a friend that was the only male on an all-girl field hockey team. He said it was brutal. Oh my god, that sounds awesome. Man, I bet they did not let him do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other team would just always go after him. That's what I would do. ENH had a guy need surgery after field hockey, shot a goal, and the stick hit him in the face, destroyed his face. Yeah.
Oof.
Yep. I think yeah. It's not what you want.
Mm-hmm.
It is not good. Question blue. Jay, Nick, did your school have medic? I explained it above.
Oh yeah, we didn't do that for dodgeball. I think to get back in, I think you could do exercises.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and then you can play some more.
Brett S., I think my next model is going to be the Sorpek Destroyers. And I'll probably be picking up the Patrol Detachment and Chronomancer.
Ooh, I do kind of want that Chronomancer. He's real sick.
It is a pretty good model. He's Manson.
Mm-hmm. He's Chrono.
Yep. You better believe it.
Yeah, the Necron one is all right. All of them look all right. The new Space Marine one is kind of cool. It's just the old Space Marine Primaris start collecting with one of the new hover tanks, which is kind of nice. They're all kind of deals. Although they're probably as good a deal, maybe just a tiny bit better deals than the old ones, but they cost more money to get to unlock that deal. Right. So the old ones were, around 100. The new ones are 140.
Yep. Which
means 120, but because don't buy from Games Workshop.
Right, but think about it though. When you were a wee little lad, did you know that? You'd see 140 and just buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if it was I guess when we started though, I mean it was still, even if the box was $100, you still had to buy all the paints and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It still was really expensive. But do you think that extra $40 would have deterred you? You'd think about it a lot more, I bet, though.
Think about it a lot more. I mean, I wonder if $140 today is very similar to $100, 5, 6, 7 years ago.
I don't know.
I do like, though, that apparently these new boxes are theoretically balanced, although I've heard weird things about the Nurgle box, where you're not technically allowed to field all of the plague models it comes with. But
interesting.
But they're all supposed to be the same amount of points. Impulsive Hobby Pursuits. Do you guys have an opinion on how Games Workshop released some of the Curse City models online earlier today? Some people are freaking out about it. Some people are freaking out about a Games Workshop release? It's bizarre. No, I did see that. I would have guessed Curse City would come back because it looked kind of like a fun game and a neat product. But I guess they're not. I guess whatever happened to that game, it was not recoverable. I think right now they only sell the bad guys, so maybe something happened to the good guy models where they can't make them anymore. It is bizarre.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that they wouldn't be able to make them again. I feel like it has to be a decision. I know, and I know that sounds insane because of how we know how the company works.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm hoping deep down inside it was a decision.
Yeah. I mean, I almost want a copy of Curse City now.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Maybe.
So what happened? Like, what are people freaking out about?
Well, probably just because they're like, it's kind of confirmation that it's not going to come back.
Mm.
And if they're just selling the minis from it,
Yeah, but that's what they've been doing now.
yeah.
They sell the box as a deal, and then they don't.
Yeah, but it seemed like they still sell Blackstone Fortress as its own separate game with its own separate minis. And it felt like Curse City was the same way.
That was slightly before the now times though.
It was before the now times.
Where Indominus, nice $200 set, and then gets parceled out.
Yeah. Although Indominus Soul was clearly like you got full units of everything, whereas the models from Blackstone Fortress were really just, or not Blackstone Fortress, for
Curse City.
Curse City were really just for use in Curse City.
Maybe it's a Space Hulk situation.
Maybe. They should bring back Space Hulk too.
Yeah.
And even though the minis are beautiful, redesign the minis because they don't fit well on the tiles.
Yeah, that is true.
Or redesign the tiles.
Yep. My theory always is like if they need a cash grab, they put out Space Hulk.
Oh yeah. Reanimated Phoenix. I loved MALIFAUX. Had about 2 Resurrectionists crew, 3 Guild, and 3 Arcanists. Unfortunately, MALIFAUX died near me, and the 40k and Age of Sigmar players like vomiting hordes. So kill team near me is dead too.
It is true.
Yeah, things come and go.
They do.
Well, maybe you can be the keeper of the flame. Just always bring your MALIFAUX minis and show off how cool they are.
Play a game by yourself.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
And talk to yourself. How easy was MALIFAUX to learn? Do you feel like? Do you think you picked it up really quickly right away? Because we have to learn the rules, and they look like 58 pages of fun.
Prussian Blue, you can field all the Poxwalkers. You get 3 units of Poxwalkers. You can field 1 unit per bubonic Astartes units, and in the box you get a Plague Marine Squad, Typhus, and the Putrefier. Oh, okay, neat. I think, yeah, on the internet people just heard the limit, and they're like, whoa, what? Well, that doesn't sound like enough units, but neat. Apparently people in the know better.
Interesting. Eric Hirth, isn't Kill Team dead everywhere? Not for us. We're playing it. Eric Hirth, it's easy to learn, hard to master. I'm assuming talking about MALIFAUX.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I also just saw that you legally put in the Elites edition and the other one.
Yes.
Into our Dropbox. And just so people get to know, our Dropbox, the title of it is Jay and Nick Share Folder for Illegal Things. Which is a very fun name. It doesn't really have illegal things in it, besides some of the things that are illegal in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say most of the stuff in there is not illegal.
And most of it's just EOB. 12 Days of War, some Cron Week drawings, titles, stuff. A folder called What Paints Do You Use? And like the one of the first Eons of Battle logos.
Isn't Kill Team dead everywhere? It is. It's really hard to judge how well a game's doing. Seems like
it's
the only
dead.
Yeah.
It's not dead if you and your friend are playing it.
That's true. That is true. But it's really hard to know, like how healthy is Drop Zone Commander right now.
Right. Reanimate Phoenix. I felt like MALIFAUX was a lot easier to pick up than 40k. I pretty much knew how to play after a few minutes. It took me like 45 plus when picking up 40K.
Yeah.
Took me years.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I still don't know how to play.
Oh, yeah. 40K is an absolute beast. I mean, today we were playing Kill Team and X-Wing,
Mm-hmm.
and X-Wing is significantly simpler.
Oh yeah.
Crazily simpler compared to Kill Team.
Bredess. Alrighty, folks. Have a good night. Yeah, you too, Bredess. We'll miss ya. I hope you dream about us. Eric Hirth, using a card system instead of dice is amazing.
It does look like
Yeah,
much fun.
It looks like fun. Yeah. Good old
I know.
Malifaux.
In my Amazon shopping cart, I have a deck of weathered playing cards. I think I might pick up one of the faction decks too, but I just I feel like it might get confusing just because my brain so well knows like the classic suit cards.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be confusing to have different pictures there?
That's true. Yeah. It looks like fun.
Mm-hmm.
Malifaux. I have a feeling that I will not be picking up the rules in a few minutes, though.
I mean, you do your best, and then you play a game, and then you do your best again, and then...
Well, I mean, we pretty much... I mean, we for months now, we've known the rules to Kill Team pretty well.
Yeah.
Although we still look up stuff every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Or the morale phase is a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, it so is. Because it's so confusing because the morale is broken into two different things, the broken test and the shaken tests, and they both look for similar different things. Like for one of those rolls, flesh wounds don't matter, only shaken matters. But for the other test, shaken doesn't matter, only flesh wounds matter. It's bizarrely complicated. They should just turn it into one thing called a nerve test.
Mm-hmm. Eric Hurth. Also, what's not to like about Hillbilly Drunken Goblins? Oh, yeah. I know. That is my faction. I think that will be the faction that I will play.
I'm getting real close on having all of my Arcanist performers done. And I think my next team is going to be Resurrectionists, because I love some of those zombie models. Master Shake 9000. Maybe the Kill Team was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. I always like our three-way games. Those are very, very fun.
Yeah.
I do think a four-way would be really, really fun too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about how big of it's a nightmare doing a three-way game.
Yeah.
Think about how crazy it'd be to have a four-way match with all those models and stuff.
I mean, you'd almost have to turn it into a full-size 40K game at that point.
Yeah.
Just can you imagine all those models just physically fitting on the table?
That's what I'm excited for.
Everything will be within close combat range. Everything will be within shooting range.
And then all four of us play orcs.
36 models.
Yep, we take as many as we can. That would be super fun. Don't call me Shirley. So who's ready for the new Bo Burnham stand-up? I am.
Yeah.
8 more days.
Oof.
I'm counting down the days.
Yeah. I can't wait either.
I watched the last one when it came out. I think it was at CLC. I must have had a homework or something to do, so I was up late anyways, and I saw it came out. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. I watched it at like 2 a.m. when it came out.
Oboe. Play that oboe.
Mega Knobs and Kill Team is greater than Mega Knobs and 40K.
Oh my god, a Mega Knob and Kill Team? Is it 100 points?
Here. Let's open up Elites.
Oh yeah. We could just look. The sisters of battle, which I was looking at, are a little odd. Even though they came out in Kill Team Annual 2019, they still don't have elite models, which presumably they're going to get them. And you can only take one Sister Repentia, which is BS.
This screen is far away from me. Let's click on works.
Kurth. Reezers are fun, Resurrectionists, but Bayou is my new favorite love. I'm going to paint up Lord Cooper and his crew soon. Neat.
Yeah, Bayou's great.
Do you have to play the banjo to play Bayou properly?
I think you do. Okay, so you can't take Mega Knobs. Flash gifts. Alright. Wait a second. Are the points values not right next to it?
They're not. There's all the point values are listed army by army, and then all of the armies are listed army by army. So what I did is I just took a picture of the points and then went over to the page. Were they? They're not for Sisters of Battle. Although I didn't look at elites. I looked at the Kill Team Annual.
Yeah, I'm saying like they're on the next. They're not
on the next
right
page.
Next to it. They're on the next page. Yeah.
Yeah, like they are in the regular book.
Like, correct. So the annual isn't like that.
The annual's not like that.
Or is it?
It's not.
Yeah. The Mega Knobs are 37 points. The boss Mega Knob is 41.
One Mega Knob, one boss Mega Knob, and 19 grots.
Yeah. But with this game, isn't the cap 100 or 250 or something?
I think it's 125.
Isn't it different? 125.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably makes sense.
That's true. It basically just gives you the freedom for one elite unit with your normal team. 125.
Mm-hmm. Eric Earth, you have to be drunk or play the banjo, yes.
Or both.
Core of the Blood Angel, penis. We were just talking about penises earlier.
Penis!
Yep. Eric Earth, you know about the app, right? Yes, I've seen the app. Never thought about it, though. I thought they have it. I think, and it sounds like it is a good thing to have.
The MALIFAUX app?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was a MALIFAUX app.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look up my Apple account and then download that later, because Apple makes you sign in every goddamn time.
Unless you change the options in the settings.
Oh, okay. I'll have to change that. Jason in Alaska. Custodes kill team is like 3 models. I do kind of want a Custodes kill team. I mean, I sent an email today that might result in another kill team. We'll see.
Okay. Eric Earth, you can run a whole game, track wounds and conditions, etc. It's super convenient.
Ooh, neat. Impression Blue looked at the Resurrectionist boxes. Damn, the lady the lady on honor roll box really is chest forward. I don't remember that model. I mean, I've spent a long time looking at MALIFAUX minis. Disco fruit companies suck. Oh, Apple.
I'm on the MALIFAUX crew builder.
Moneteer, got my buddy into AdMech. Now I'm salty. I want AdMech. AdMech is pretty cool. I would love to one day paint up some of those models, like the Centaur robots or the robot cowboys. Ooh, and I think my favorite is the random flyer guys who just have like bat wings. They have like Da Vinci bat wings. They have some sick models.
It sounds pretty sick.
There are so many factions. The ones I really, really, really want to do, though. Sisters of Battle, Custodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what's jimming my jams with 40k. Yeah, I mean, what else am I going to collect? Tau? Disgusting.
Tau. Good old-fashioned Tau.
Hmm. Persian Blue, Tabletop Titans did AdMech versus Black Templars earlier. Somehow the AdMech outfought the Templars. Wow.
Spoiler alert. We were gonna go watch that game.
Monitor, I watched that. Lol, Codex creep is real. I mean, to be fair though, isn't that one game? I mean, are we basing that the AdMech are better than Black Templar based on one game?
Well, so today in Kill Team, you played Harlequins. I played my
did.
orcs, and you won.
I did.
But you know, obviously that means that orcs are horrible.
It does. Yeah, it does mean that orcs are horrible.
Mm-hmm. Although I have beaten the Harlequins once.
Mm-hmm.
Although that was your first time playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Although the game was close.
It was close.
It was so close.
I mean, if a couple of things had gone differently, you would have won.
Mm-hmm.
If
It was
one model didn't die at the right time or did die at the right time.
If I didn't get broken.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't get
the broken shenanigans is just kind of poopy.
If it didn't get broken, that would have meant that I would have had one more point.
Yes.
And I would have won. But I got broken.
Which just means you auto lose, and it feels super satisfying, right?
Oh yeah, I was like
for both
great.
players.
I know, because after we did that, I'm like, yeah, you won by technicality, but I also would have too, because the game would have had to just end, because it was like 6 rounds or whatever.
Yeah.
5 rounds. Too many rounds. I had a 6 strategy where I just kept all of my boys in one place, and I made Jay come to me, and that did a great job, honestly.
It did, because I split my forces, assuming Nick would charge his orcs forward in a haphazard manner, and I would pick them off here and there, regroup, and then just plow into them. But instead, I just half of my army charged in, got annihilated, and then the other half charged in, and slowly kind of pecked away at the orcs until we were both kind of whittled away.
Yeah. It was a fun game.
It was.
Out of recent weeks, that's probably one of my favorite games that we've played.
I'm really excited to see how the sisters play. They don't have a lot of killiness. I mean, they have bolt guns and, strength 3 punches, but they do have 3-up saves on pretty cheap bodies. So I think they're going to play really interestingly.
Corbin the Blood Angel. I am doing a tournament with some of my dad's friends, and him and one plays Dark Eldar. I'm scared. I think I will bring a dildo to proxy as a tank so I can fuck Dark Eldar. Literally, fuck them. Amazing.
I know somebody posted on Facebook a picture of like win-loss ratios based on some app for the different colors of Dark Eldar. And people are saying, oh my gosh, Dark Eldar is so swingy. But a couple of the factions only had, some of the factions had a few hundred games, which seems pretty legit. Some factions had, less than 20. I mean, you're probably getting one guy's information if it's less than 20 games. But who do I like for tactics? Auspex Tactics. He has been saying that he is pretty impressed with the 9th edition codexes. Apparently, they don't play very well against the old codexes. Apparently, they kind of crush the old codexes. But the new 9th edition codexes kind of have a lot going for them. In terms of just more rules, more abilities. Master Shake 9000. Duncan's new Blanchitsu style AdMech video was great. Duncan using a different style of painting? I'm gonna have to watch this.
Can't even imagine what that is.
Eric Hart, I'm out for now. See you later, EOB.
All right, see you later. I'm looking at Kill Team Elites, and so not all of the ranged weapons that you can take are listed in terms of what they do.
No.
So like combi weapon with Scorcha,
Mm-hmm.
Is a weapon that you can take 7 points, but it's not listed under ranged weapons. I wonder if it's somewhere else.
That is weird.
Unless I'm
I
dumb.
mean, it's listed in the normal book.
I know, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't have to use the normal
No,
book and
yeah,
this
definitely
book,
not.
right? Maybe I missed. Maybe it's only.
Dr. Jokel, his different style is 3 thin coats. Makes sense. I didn't look through Elites that hard. I mostly looked at the sisters in the 2019 annual. Don't call me Shirley. I started casting the stream to my basement TV and heard a voice, and it scared the shit out of me. I thought Jay and Nick were in my house.
They also don't list. They don't have the boys or anything.
Well, it's not an updated book. It's just new models.
New models. So you have to use the old book and this book?
Yes, yeah, you have to use both.
That's dumb.
Yeah, what they should do, I mean, I wouldn't even be upset. I'd be a little upset, but I wouldn't be as upset if, like, every year or hopefully every few years they just came out with Kill Team new one that had everything. But, you have to have Elites, and you have to have a copy of Elites, Core, and Commanders in front of you to be able to put together a full kill team of anything.
That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I see why no one likes this game. Yeah, because I'm like, why is it missing everything? And I can't even believe it. Because think about it. What if you bought this book first on accident?
Yeah, like if you're like, ooh, I want to play Elite. Nope. Can't do it.
What? Ah, God.
Prison Blue. No, you don't. You just need Battlescribe. That is true. You do just need Battlescribe.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm thinking of 16-year-old Nick.
Yeah.
Trying to figure this out. That really is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Underwood, what wash should I use for red?
Wash should you use for red? I mean, a red wash would be lovely. Probably black, because any other color is going to tint. So yeah, probably a red wash or a black wash. Because if you use a brown, it's going to brown it.
It's true.
Prison Blue. Battlescribe and 1D4 chain got me into my first game. That is kind of all you need.
Yes, but it should work.
Yeah, no, the rules should be provided by the company.
Yes, exactly. You shouldn't have to.
In a reasonable manner.
That's the thing that annoys me is you shouldn't have to dick around.
Yeah.
It should just you should be able to know what to buy. It's insane that a company in which wants you to buy models and rules doesn't have it easily laid out for you. Which maybe is the trick to get people to buy more stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I put together Sisters of Battle. The only problem with Battlescribe, I put together a list in Battlescribe. The only problem is it's kind of like, I feel like I wanted to see the pages too, just because I'm so used to building kill teams with the core book.
Yeah.
all of a sudden I'm adding stuff and I'm like, I kind of want to see it in the format I'm used to. I don't just want to click and in a sub menu. Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure BattleScribe is all correct, but
Yeah, you want to double check.
Yeah.
Especially probably your first time.
mm-hmm. Corbin the Blood Angel, good night, brothers. Except you Xenos and heretics, I shall catch the next Saturday stream. Reanimated Phoenix, any of you know if the other side ever got more support after its release? Is the other side the RPG Malifaux? I don't know really anything about it. Or isn't it called Through the Breach? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Moonstone. It's a different game. My boy Doug.
Mm-hmm.
He's
The flatulence.
Yep. Chicky Nugs knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, you got millions of game suggestions.
I did. Holy moly.
Let's see. 256 comments.
Reanimated Phoenix. The other side was when Malifaux decided to go for 40k amounts of units. It's supposed to be what's happening on Earth. Through the Breach is the RPG. Okay, interesting. What? So do you play the other side with regular Malifaux minis? Like, would I field 50 performers for showgirl performers? Prussian Blue. I'm thinking of doing a Blood River for my model's base. Any tips? Yeah, Blood Gutter base.
Blood Gut base.
Blood Gut.
That is a good base. It's all about that base, all about that Blood Gut.
Anyway, Phoenix. No, it's its own models, and basically none of the factions are the same. Huh. Is it cool?
I've literally never seen this. Interesting. Weird is a weird company.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd really get to know why we think that if you would have joined the Patreon-only stream last night.
Yes.
Although I'm sure more weird things are going to happen with weird. And our Patreon-only streams are call-in streams. You get to call in and chat with us, a little live hobby hangout.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell Jay he's wrong right to his face. He takes it.
Hmm.
Little pink pants.
Yeah, little pink pant. Pink pant.
I had, as a kid, I had those on DVD, all the cartoon. They're very cute. Reanimate Phoenix. The models look cool to me, especially Cult of the Burning Man, which is like Frankenstein's monster meets Chaos Mutations.
So Weird is supporting 2 different games? Seems wild. Weird.
I mean, it seems weird.
It does seem weird. Weird games. I know, I mean, I guess when I go to products, there's more things than Malifaux. I just always click on Malifaux. Alright, store. Web store. Okay, I don't know the featured products. Yeah, products. Ah, the others. Okay, Malifaux, the other side through the breach. So this is the other side.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to join the newsletter. I'm sure I'm already a part of it. Ooh.
I do.
The Breachling is a lot of fun. Twisted Horrors. Barbed Crawlers. Oh, this kind of does look neat. Speckled Crawlers. Wait, so this is what's going on Earth? I thought the Malifaux side of the breach was the one that was really fucked up.
Are there goblins? Because that's all I care about.
I don't think... I see... So there's like knights.
Don't care.
Some kind of modern-y looking military guys.
I don't care.
The other side rules manual is $10.
All right, they got some monsters. Yeah, they got some monster-looking guys.
Interesting. This is odd. Yes, this is a whole other game. This is bizarre.
These speckled crawlers look almost exactly like
Yeah.
the Bayou swamp monsters. They're like the exact same thing. So this is supposed to be 40K? 40K sized?
I mean, 40K, I think, doesn't 40K still call itself a skirmish game?
Yeah.
Hey, Crimson, I'm feeling pretty tired, so I'm going to head out a bit early. Have a good night, y'all.
Good night. Interesting.
Well, you'd think you want to go all in on one game, but maybe diversify?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the idea of the Bayou Bash.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Like a really fun way to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, you paint some wood.
Yeah.
Is the lady done?
Yeah. I think so.
Wow.
I don't know what else I would do to her.
I mean, she looks done. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been it's been three parts.
Yeah.
Can't even believe it.
I mean, I guess though those 3 parts, that's 6, 7
I guess
hours.
technically 4 parts because of the
4
Patreon
parts?
only stream.
Yeah. Guess maybe I'll have to set up a new thing tomorrow for the patrons to decide.
Oh yeah. And that you heard it here, folks. The patrons decide. Put up some options. They pick.
Reanimated Phoenix. Earth's governments are fighting over the portal to Malifaux so they can get soul stones. And while they do that, the Neverborn are invading from Earth's oceans. Huh. Because, like, Malifaux just seemed kind of... I mean, it's horrifying, and I know they are harvesting soul stone, but it seems sort of chill. It's kind of weird that there's, like, a whole war going on back on Earth. But then my characters are a traveling theater trope that steals magic.
I just thought it was wacky.
Mm-hmm. Doomslayer, you tried Starbreach. Rules are free. Rules are free. Are the models free?
They just send you free models.
Don't come in Shirley. Have you ever thought of using wooden coffee stirrers as basing? You glue them to the base and then you put a wood stain over them. I do that. I mean, that's what I did for this base, but I don't put a wood stain over them because a wood stain is going to make it look like real wood, which is not going to be in scale with a mini. Don't call me Shirley. Have you ever thought of using... Oh, yeah. Doomslayer. Yes, there's no models, so you use your own and it's free. So how do they make money?
Maybe they have a Patreon.
Is it just out of the goodness of their hearts?
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I mean, not everybody, I guess, needs to make tons of money off of it. Maybe it's just a side project.
Is there Star Breach Plus? Can I subscribe to a streaming service?
Yeah, where they have animated short films and possibly anthologies.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that sounds like the game. It's a free rules, and you just find whatever minis.
Can I just use a giant miniature then? Do they say what scale it's in? It's any miniatures, but it has to be, 32, 28.
Doomslayer. Donations. They accept donations.
I got a Patreon going.
I mean, I think I don't know if this will be popular, but I feel like I kind of really get excited about games that seem really popular because they're gonna have more videos and people playing them, and like Fantasy Flight games get me really excited because they're gonna be around for a long time. People play them and talk about them. The models are good.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something when 3 people play it. It's not as much fun. I mean, that's we've noticed this with 40K content. You make 40K themed videos, you make a 40K themed video and people are going to watch it. You make something else and it's a little bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the models are cooler. Even if the video's cooler.
Yeah. And some companies are still able to be kind of cute, like in X-Wing, we were looking at the rule book, and the last 2 pages of rule is just a spread about how they made X-Wing, and they had some of the 3D printed test models, and it's cute.
The cutest company is probably Games Workshop, right?
Yes. Oh, so adorable.
Mm-hmm. Disco. All right, I'm out. Adios, EOB.
Good night.
Good night.
Reanimated Phoenix. MALIFAUX 1st and 2nd edition were the opposite of chill. All the major characters were temporarily gods. The models were avatars like Kiri, Avatar of Vengeance, and Nicodem, Avatar of Decay. Doomslayer. I believe I saw a tabletop Minions, which is where I heard about Star Breach, and he said that they are selling a premium book of art for $50. But the rules are just free. Oh yeah, I did hear him talk about that. No, and I'm not saying that game sucks because it's free. It's just I don't know. If you want to take over the world, it's probably not going to be through a free game and Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call me Shirley. I searched Eons of Battle expecting a 40K video, and they don't upload that day. Infinite sadness. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yep.
And streams every night, except Sunday.
Except Sunday's the Lord's Day.
Doomslayer. It sucks, Jay's review.
Oh, yeah. Never played it. Didn't even hear about it until right now.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks.
Although I think the real trick is to play a few different games.
Yes, because it was fun. We played a game that we know, and then a game that we're remembering, or that Jay's remembering and I'm learning.
Oh, God, X-Wing is the best game ever.
Because I kind of like the idea of because what we kind of do is Jay comes over at 10, we play for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I guess 3 hours today because we were remembering how to play.
Mm-hmm.
But in that 2 hours we can play 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we do a little kill team, and then we do a game of X-Wing. Maybe we get a little bit better at X-Wing. You can play a few games of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe if we get other games, we can be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just switch it up.
Yeah, because Frostgrave being good doesn't mean 40K sucks, and and the other way around. Like all these games can coexist, except 40K and all other games. But
yeah, I have the coexist bumper sticker on my ass.
Josh, right? Ever heard of Elder Scrolls Call to Arms Fallout Wasteland Warfare? That's got to be a joke.
I hope so. It's quite the name.
That's like Grave Lord Night Hunters or whatever.
Blight Lord Great. Wait. My God.
Grave Haunt Night Lord?
It's Blight Lord Grave. No. Blight Soul Grave Lords?
Blight Soul Grave Lord sounds right.
Yes. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Because I remember Grave Lord, because that's very funny.
Yeah. Kind of like Gaylord.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, they should just be called Blight Souls or whatever the hell they are.
They should be called the Blight Souls or the Grave Lords.
And not that one.
Yeah. I kind of like Grave Lords. I mean, it sounds like Gaylord, which is not good,
yeah.
but
it's also very fun. And honestly, I would, if I played that faction, I'd prefer them to be called Grave Lords.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we messed it all up. Russian Blue. Soul Blight Grave Lords.
Soul Blight Grave Lords.
Not Blight Soul Grave Lords.
I would have been cool, I think, if their names were the Soul Blight, and it would have been awesome if their name was the Grave Lords. But the Soul Blight Grave Lord is just redundant.
It's a little much. It's like Aeronautica Imperialis.
It is.
Exactly the same way.
Doomslayer. Blight Grave Soul Lord.
Exactly. Soul Lords.
Oh, G-dubs. And naming anything in this life.
Lucky bad. Coexist tramp stamp. That's what I got. I don't have any tattoos, but that's what I have.
Simon the Bottom Monkey. I think after the stream, I'm going to learn to play Legion, although I know I'll never play it.
We'll play it with you.
Yeah. I do want to play Legion.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got all the all the minis. Not all of them. One day. Reanimated Phoenix. So unrelated to MALIFAUX, did anyone else hope for an actual unmounted vampire battle line? I was so hoping for vampire knights with spears and swords. I mean, it must happen, right? They can't have a whole faction that's just a couple of vampires and some zombies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually a codex has, like, what, 30 units in it? At least 20?
Yeah.
I know the Necron Codex came out before all the models had been... I think all the models had been previewed, but they weren't all available for sale. So presumably once people get that book in hand, they're going to see all the stuff that they will one day be able to get for their army that they just plunked down a $40 Codex for.
Don't call me Shirley. Can we get a Sunday stream where it's just Nick reading the Bible?
Yep.
That would be pretty funny.
Simon Lobanus Monkey, I was hoping for vampire infantry. That would be cool. I guess maybe the infantry is beneath vampires. The lowest they'll go is vampire knights. Because it seems like the infantry is zombies and skeletons. I do like the vampire centaur monster. It's just so wacky.
Doomslayer. I don't understand Age of Sigmar's book system. It's like a battle time for each model. Because that's how it seems. New squad, new book. Yeah, they seem to release a lot of books.
Yeah. Maybe they should just do an app like X-Wing.
Yes. Although, oh my gosh. the gloom spike gets. Look at him go. He looks so cute.
Don't call me Shirley. If we're getting vampires, we are Team Edwards or Jacob and Twilight models.
Yeah.
Somebody puts glitter on their vampires.
And we're Team Jacob, by the way.
Yeah, obviously. God, Edward. Ugh.
Yep. Yeah. Team EOB is Team Jacob all the way.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he lost the wig, and the shirt came off more frequently, I mean, that's really when Jacob came alive.
Exactly. Live in our hearts and alive in our pants. Speaking of that, Prussian Blue, could you walk us through what you've done for the base?
Well, it's the base is made out of. There's a video on how to make this base, but it's just coffee stirrers that I scraped up with sandpaper, and unfortunately, the primer kind of filled in a lot of the scrapes. So this one isn't as visually interesting, I think, as some of my other ones. But I base coated it with watered down dark brown, and now I'm layering on different colors, mostly green, bone white, and light brown. And then I'm gonna wash it a few more times with dark brown. But I want the different slates or the different pieces of wood to kind of have different looks. So that looks like a nice dirty stage. MD Gibsonism. I feel like Jacob would be a better provider.
Oh yeah, by far.
Mm-hmm. Although he's gonna provide for the daughter, because he's gonna bang their baby.
Yeah. All right. What a story.
Mm-hmm. I really want to get the Necron models. Oricon or no. What are they called? I want the video to be called "The Greatest Love Story Ever Told," and it's me putting together the Necron leaders. Nemesis Zandric and Vargard Oberon. Because they're basically lovers.
Adorable.
Reanimated Phoenix. Vamps are getting vampires and werewolves, so it's the same team in Age of Sigmar. I kind of like the vampire werewolves.
Me too.
Although I think they probably should have hit. I feel like they could hit vampires a little harder. I mean, we've got vampires and a vampire monster, and then zombies and zombie dogs. Like, I think you need to at least have half the army be vampires. Like, what if the vampire army is all elite infantry? Because, I mean, you have so many options if you want to go horde. I mean, you have the goblins, you have the Seraphon, you have others.
And the rest.
I mean, what are the elite infantry armies? I guess the gut busters. Yep. The giants.
Yeah.
The giants actually kind of do look cool.
They do.
An army of like 4 models.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they would be the knights, but for Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
Kino is literally any army is a horde army if you spend enough money.
That's true. My chair. I'm trying really hard not to pull the trigger on a Gloomspite army.
Just do it.
Nike.
Mm-hmm. They are the cutest models.
I mean, when it is time for Age of Sigmar, I will go with the Seraphon.
Mm-hmm. Just skink it up.
I'm gonna be skinking all day, every day, skinking around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to take a shower. I'll be so skinky.
Honestly, you know how fun that will be. Like you with a lot of skinks and me with a lot of gobos, a lot of gobos.
Oh, yeah, because there's ways to not have so many models for Seraphon, but no, I want to go crazy.
Yep.
And of course, leading it all, Lord Croak.
Ah. God damn. Love a good goblin. Monitor. I have 3 armies half painted already. It's a problem. Welcome. Welcome to this hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Lopez. Skaven.
Yes. Ooh, Skaven are great.
Skaven are pretty fun. Love the rats. Love the, what the hell are they called? The rat swarm bases. Those are really cool.
I like the giant abomination rats.
Mm-hmm. The rat swarm bases are probably the best model that Games Workshop's ever made.
Rat swarm base. Holy moly, the rat swarms.
Simon of the Bottomized Monkey. Nick calling Gloomspice the cutest is hurting the feelings of my nurglings. I said what I said. Nurglings are pretty cute, but I mean, look at the Gloomspike gets go.
Reanimated Phoenix, I actually want to be able to run a MALIFAUX amount of minis. Just let me slap down 5 minis and hold off an entire army with them, like the Hyrule Warriors. Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely a place for. I think there's definitely a place for smaller elite armies.
Yeah.
Especially after you've done a not small elite army.
Exactly. I think the only reason why I'm willing to do a ton of Gloomspike kits is because I do really enjoy painting Gretchen. They're really fun to paint. They're little, they're quick.
Yeah, and you can probably come up with some strats.
Oh yeah. Where painting boys is kind of a slog. Especially, obviously the Gloomspike kits, it's a goblin in a cloak. That's about it. There's no, each pants are slightly different with different things hanging off of them, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely would not pour this level of love into these minis if there weren't more than 9 of them, or if there wasn't just 9 of them. Like if army painting is different.
Oh yeah.
I really do want to get a box of skinks and then paint every single one of them a different way, and then find the one I like. Maybe we'll sell the skinks.
We should. That's a good idea.
Get a J skink, and they're all going to be based too. I'm going to have to come up with a basing scheme. Although I'm pretty sure I want to do jungle.
That makes sense.
Jungle's hard to do because basically the only way to do jungle is just to get stuff. Different plant matters, different ferns and stuff.
I think I would do something similar to the glowing mushroom base.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. You're gonna need to get your bucket of Crayola Model Magic soft squishy modeling material.
Maybe I'll 3D
$7
print some stuff.
That's true. I think I really want to get the Green Stuff World hemp plants and sprinkle those into my my bases. Oh, and one thing I do really want to do is a couple of companies make like broken Mayan factory bits, or Mayan like ruin bits, and I kind of want to buy all of those, cast them, and then sprinkle a little bit of that throughout all of the bases. MD Gibson, I did swamp bases for my Seraphon. Doomslayer, you just using super glue to base the girls? Yep. Haven't had that break yet. I'm sure it will one of these days, but yeah, just a drop of super glue and gluing them down.
Gluing them down. Gluing down the girls.
I forgot to do a necklace. Daniel Lopez, I still have Skaven from Warhammer Fantasy Battles. Isle of Blood, I might finish them off. Well, if you're looking for bases, you know where to look. A little company called Cobalt Keep.
Exactly. That is true. Until June 7th, use the promo code EOB15 to get 15% off Cobalt Keep bases.
They're really nice. They're nicer than any bases I've found before, and the magnet slot is really nice. It's dead
Exactly.
center. It's nice and robust.
This is the ad portion of the show.
It is. Like I bought bases from eBay. I bought bases from like same seller on eBay, and like the 3 times I've done it, I feel like I get different bases every time.
You definitely do.
They're all the same shape, but some of them have different texture, or some of them are shinier than other ones.
Mm-hmm.
They all use the absolute smallest amount of plastic possible.
Yep. The thing that pisses me off too, though, is they have the pour spots is on the side, so that I'm saying like the eBay bases, the pour spots on the side, so you have a little nub that you have to shave off, and you can tell that there was something there. You always can.
Yeah, they're like ripped off the sprue.
Yep. And I don't like that. But the Cobalt Keeps are perfect. Because they're molded from the bottom.
And I mean, and then they're good. They're available. They have all the best sizes. That's the always annoying part for me when I'm looking for bases. Is like, oh god, I need 40s. Let me go look on Amazon. They didn't have it. Let me go look on eBay. Cobalt Keep, you know it's there. You know they got what you need. You just you just know. Oh, you know what? This afternoon I should shoot off an order because I know I'm gonna be rebasing some Skaven.
Exactly. Chicken Eggs, wow, if only there was a coupon code of sorts. Yeah, that'd be crazy. EOB15. Use that until June 7th. And he's a very nice guy.
Yeah.
He's a very nice guy. And hopefully we'll be doing some more stuff in the future.
Kinonas, any ideas for basing a samurai or other Japanese-inspired units? I don't know. I mean, this might just be like just ripping off like the kung fu movies, but didn't they always have like the blossoming tree where all the petals had fallen on the dark earth? I think you just go like chocolate brown and then some petals if you can manage to figure out how to get them. I think that would look spicy.
That would. Brett McIntosh, can you say that coupon code one more time? Yeah, EOB15. Simon of the Bottomless Monkey, Koi Pond bases.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
I remember in the early days of app games, there was the Koi Pond app.
Yep, I remember
that was
one.
Just koi ponds, and you could click and feed them, and that was literally the only thing you could do.
Oh, yeah.
And it was awesome.
Akino Kinoda's follow-up question, how do I make tiny petals?
It's a good question. Maybe a little hole punch and some... I've made leaves out of painting coffee filters, because it's very, very thin paper. And I use a leaf hole punch to make my leaves, so maybe if you could find a really small hole punch.
That's true. Doom's Lair. But I don't live in America because I hate freedom. Can I have it delivered to my lair? I believe they have international shipping.
Mm-hmm. Do I have super glue near me? Of course I don't. I'll have to glue this lady on off screen.
Yes, international orders are welcome. So there you go. You can ship it right to your lair.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that base, look at it go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I accidentally went a little hard with the primer, and so it kind of filled in a little bit of the detail, or a little bit of my texture. But that's okay. It'll look great next to the other ones. Ooh, I'm cranking through minis this year.
Oh, yeah.
What am I going to paint next? I don't know. I don't know what I'm in the mood for.
And that will also be decided with the help of our Patreon supporters. Yeah, we really hit the ad portion of the show.
Yeah. I go to my pile of shame and I get some options, usually three or four, and then the patrons vote, and whatever they vote on, that's what I paint.
Exactly.
Although I do love this idea of the patrons figuring out the mini, and then we get it.
We could
Like
definitely do
that could just be like some weird ass thing. Like it's not Creature Caster, it's what's the porny mini company?
Kingdom Death.
Kingdom Death. Yeah, they just pick a Kingdom Death mini. I mean, Zumakito had to censor the Kingdom Death model he painted.
Yep.
I don't know if he had to. He only did it in the thumbnail, and that might have just been a joke.
Yeah.
Although, is it also censored in his YouTube banner?
It is.
Okay.
I know he said that it wasn't censored because remember he joined the stream once.
Mhm.
He said it wasn't censored, or he wasn't censored, and something happened where
Interesting.
they made him change it or something.
I mean, it was a lot of cleavage, but it wasn't like it was one of the milder models from that company.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Mm-hmm. It just set off the booby detector.
Yep, boob alert. Nip detector.
You could paint on your nails to demonstrate basic blending or other techniques you'd like to demonstrate in this show. Usually I just show it on a mini.
Paint more minis?
Paint more minis!
And, speaking of painting more minis, it is 12 o'clock. You know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
That means we're at the end of the show.
You guys were here for another finished painted mini.
Exactly. What will be Monday? Nobody knows, but we know that it'll be starting at 9 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
So join us for that stream and watch all the videos from this week if you haven't already.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
And